money and, sell it for $100 million and go retire on an island or whatever. About giving, like, I have all you guys who have made all this possible for me so far, and so I need to come through for you. And it really hurts me that I feel like we haven't come through over the last couple years. We've gone the wrong direction in a lot of ways, and it's just my one singular goal in life, mostly right now, is making sure we turn that around, making sure we like build this up into the product that I know it can be, get so many more people in that I know we can get so much more money coming in, and making sure that money goes into the assets, into the ecosystem. I feel like we weren't good stewards of the money we brought in the last bull run. Um, and I'm going to make sure that changes, and specifically that the community gets the value that they deserve, and that's how ultimately we as the team are also going to get the most value in the long run. So again, it's hard to overstate how important you guys are. I mean, there's literally like none of us would be here doing any of this without you guys. And it's not just we have a community of players who like the game, but you guys are the ones who have been here through all the crap over the years, right? So sure, we probably got tons of players, in 2021 and 22 that just came and went, right? Those aren't the people I'm talking about when I'm saying these things. Like you guys, the diehards who know like this is a long-term thing, and who have been through multiple bear and bull markets in this product and are going to stick around through more bull and bear markets. That's the stuff that makes this all possible. Um, and yeah, I am very fortunate, and I feel fortunate every day to have you guys here to sort of do this alongside of. That goes for the team and the players. A lot of our team were players um, initially, which is also very cool. And that's what drives me. That's really what drives me is like I have to make sure to come through for you guys, and make sure I know in my mind how successful this product can be, and it's frustrating because it takes so much to get there, and it takes so much time, and I'm like I can envision it. Why isn't it just there today, right? You know but we're just going to put in the work day after day. I know most of the team, I feel like I can speak for them, um, too, with that goal in mind. That's why we're here. That's why we're doing this. You guys have been supporting us for years and years and years through thick and thin, and we want to figure out how to come through. So that's it. Thank you everyone for listening, and we will be back in 2 weeks for the next town hall. Have a good night or morning or whatever time it is, and we'll see you next time.
This is a story, the one where we will not accept defeat. This is a
Hey, you guys. All right. Welcome to Splinterlands TV. It is I, the Psy. Hope you guys just enjoyed that town hall. Obviously, it just ended. Welcome to everyone who's viewing the stream right now. I like to get in that last few Vonax and stuff like that. Let me turn on the background music. Yay. Now you're more to listen to than just my voice, which is maybe a good thing. So, we got some cool stuff to do today. I'll just start by claiming these chests. I only got 4 because I've been running, like, I had to run out most of my energy to try and make my way into Champion 2 before the reset. So, 71 SPS. So I wasn't able to do too much. Wow. All right, I'll take the SPS, I guess. So I wasn't able to do too much grinding or anything like that yesterday or today. And then I tried out the new format, which is actually awesome. Like, obviously, I should have waited maybe a little longer. I took a 6-loss streak, but when I first started playing, it's because I was in like 8th place or something like that, and it was crazy what was actually happening there. Like, let's see, 7 hours ago. So my very first matchup here and everything like that, I got 42 SPS for a win. Then I got 32 SPS for a win. Then 31. Then 30. Then 25, then 24, then 25, then 26, and then I lost 6 in a row because the people who are like normal champ players came in and put me where I was supposed to be, which is back into Nowheresville. So, I mean, man, within like 8 wins, and you can see here on the leaderboard, I was actually 8-3, and then I took like so many losses in a row. It was crazy. Then I took like 9 losses in a row. But I was like 8-3, and I'd made over 200 SPS. It was awesome. But yeah, I don't have too much energy, but I'm still gonna do some battles because I want to find where I belong on the leaderboard. I think that's one of like the important things. Hey, Arnie, nice seeing the stream, my man. I think that's one of the important things that's gonna happen first is no one knows where they really belong, right? Like, who knows how many people in like. Sometimes I can leaderboard diamond, but all those people ahead of me on diamond, should they have been advancing to champion? And would they be ahead of me on champion? And is everyone that was in champion truly ahead of me since I was holding back on the diamond leaderboard? Like, where do I belong kind of deal, you know? So it's going to take a few days before we figure out where on this giant scale that we actually have within Splinterlands. Now there's only one leaderboard. Where do you fit in on that leaderboard? Where does your silver deck fit in? If you were just grinding the top of the silver leaderboard and you're like, yes, I finished top 20 in silver, does that really make you maybe a top 50 gold player, for instance? But you just didn't know because you're in silver? Now the fact that you must advance, the fact that you're paired with people who are just like equal to your ranking, basically, like your point level over here, your rating. It's all based on your rating and where you are. So Sim has us here is going to end up getting more SPS per win than Vishakal based on where he is in the rating. And of course the SPS and stuff like that and the gold foils, they all come into play. But I mean, overall, it's where are you on the rating? Do you have the right amount of SPS? And if you do, that's how you're going to be rewarded if you win. So it is going to take a while to shake things out. Like I said, there's just by reading what's happening in Discord, there's a lot of people who are like, hey, I'm a silver player and I'm already facing max level people, you know? But at the same time, maybe that goes to show that, hey, there was a lot of people who were stuck in silver. They had all the cards, everything was rented to the highest level possible, but they just couldn't get out of silver because they couldn't deal with the silver meta. And now those people who are really good at the silver meta, they might be able to advance beyond silver into lower gold, but now they're going to have to adapt and face the people who are actually like gold players, even the not so good gold players, but they'll have gold level cards. So I find that this is going to be really, really interesting. All I know is when I got my first win there and it was like 42 points, 42 SPS, I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it's 42 SPS. But then again, I was in like 8th place when I started somehow. I must have just been one of the first like grinders up there, and I was in 8th and I got like the 42. So, I mean, obviously I can't expect that for forever. But that being said, it was still pretty cool to know that it was 42. And I am going to grind a little bit today. I'll obviously collect the EoS chests, and I'll do some grinding, and we'll see how the strategies actually have changed now that everyone is everywhere. And like I said, hopefully being in 70th here, I don't know what that actually means yet, you know? Does 70th mean that if I was playing in champ this whole time, that I would have been 100th in champ? Does it mean that the 70 is where I would have belonged relative to other champion players on the diamond scale that I was at? No one knows what's good and what's bad yet. It's probably going to take a full season before we find out where we actually belong and what we can like assume that our rewards are going to be from this point forwards. All I do know is that I've definitely been making some modifications to the way that I'm playing. And I mean, like I said, seeing the fact that, I mean, geez, I could, and I don't play gold foil cards, right? I play the game as mostly the game, and obviously rewards are great, and they encourage me to buy more cards and everything like that. But from like the standpoint of, oh, is all my cards gold foil and stuff like that? Do I invest in LPs all over the place and try and do these crazy staking things? Like the answer is pretty much, I'm a player, right? That's why I feel like I give kind of like a little bit of a different perspective on the game than some other people might, because I like to talk about gameplay and the game itself and evaluate cards and do that kind of thing. Obviously, I talk about the major news that comes out as well, but like I'm a Game Boy. So some people love Game Boys, some people hate Game Boys, but I'm a Game Boy, not a crypto moon boy. I don't know if those are the two things. I'm one of those, and I lean more on the side of player than like LP guy super whale. Like, you know, I invest, I put in a lot of money into Splinterlands, but I definitely do it so I can continue to play, grind those rewards, so when next set comes out, I'll have hopefully earned enough of an ROI to be able to use those winnings to invest into the next set, you know? Devlar, hardest part for me right now is adjusting my silver strategy with gold cards to people's silver strategy with champ cards. I just can't use my go-to silver teams. Absolutely. And that's the thing, since there's no like limits on the cards, I'll bet right now, Devlar, what's actually happening to you is that your silver team deck is facing gold and diamond teams right now, right? So you're like, hey, I've got my 2-star legendary cards, and they're like, yeah, I'm smashing with 4 stars. Eventually, what's going to happen though is you're going to find your spot amongst other people whose cards and skill is relative to your own. So if your cards plus skill puts you at slot, say 300, or I'm just randomly assigning a number, puts you at slot 300, and someone else's cards are a little better than yours, but their skill is worse than yours, and they're at like 301, then I mean, those are the type of people that you'll be facing, right? They might have a little bit better cards, but your skill might be a little bit better, and in the end, you guys will be playing. And Matt's goal, like he said, is to eventually have everyone at like a 50% win rate, and that's how you know you're in the right spot. Is that, oh, I've gone a little too high above my level, I got beat back down, and now I'm beating people who are below my level, I moved my way back up, and in the end, you end up at about 50%. So obviously there's going to be exceptions, but I think that that's like the goal right now, and that's kind of like the way that Matt wants it designed, and that makes a lot of sense to me too. And again, I've never liked the restrictions on being able to play cards. I've always thought that things like penalties for playing underleveled cards is totally against the spirit of the game. Like, why would I buy cards that I'm just going to take a huge penalty in? And my big thing was cards like these, right? This is what I always talk about, is I always talk about things like, maybe I shouldn't have gone to market, it'll be a little slower, maybe not. Is things like these, right? Like I've got Nimble Duke Scout, and I've got it up to 5-star, because at 5-star it goes ahead, and you know, it's got a decent speed. It's not as good as 10-star, but you know, that's when it gets Inspire, and I feel like that's when it's like a pretty playable card. If it was still the old method and I advanced to champion, I'd be taking 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% like hit on my RP just for playing this Nimble Duke Scout that I went out and I bought. And I mean, my card has a value of like, I mean, only $15 or whatever like that, but still, what would be the point of me ever using this Nimble Duke Scout in champion if I was taking a 25% hit? Now that that doesn't actually happen, I'm more happy to play with things like 5-star Nimble Duke Scout, or going down the line like this Blackmore Nymph that's only a 6-star, you know, because that's when I feel like it gets that second attack and when it gets really, really good. So, I mean, it's given me a lot more confidence in like just being able to play like Dalthan Ironhood. I've only got a 4-star, but look, at 4-star, that's when he gets that special like third attack, you know? So that's when he gets the third attack to be able to weapons train everyone for 3. And sure, he doesn't have redemption and he doesn't have quite the same body, but totally playable. And I just don't want to take penalties for using a guy who I think is totally playable and at a disadvantage, you know, against other champ players who have him maxed, but to even play. So I'm really happy with the way that things have turned out. And again, I'm getting like bumped down. Like I said, I'll show you again. Like, I was doing good when I first started playing. Everyone was still like, haha, the good players haven't showed up yet. And I got some nice wins. I was getting 40. But then you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. I took 6 wins in a row and I got put back in my place. Basically, that's when the Porquitos and the like Casanthropos and the people with like the big rating differences to me showed up. And we're like, yeah, you don't belong here. Get back to where you belong. But it was nice while it lasted. Stoldom Cat. I want to offer promotions on your channel, viewers and followers. Wah, wah, wah. Block that guy. Doesn't have much to do with being good. So Cheese Handler says, doesn't have much to do with being good. Thanks, Ime. That's right, I forgot I gave you, like, mod powers all that time ago. Thanks, buddy. Gave him the boot where he belongs. Let's read Ime first. I still haven't done my research, but my thought was keep a silver deck for very minimal cards at a higher level, such as bump Cursed Widigu to 5 so it gets heal. Yep. Not sure if it's worth the cost or not. Obviously, summoners have to level. I'm actually going to talk about that today. That's one of the segments that I have written down here, where I'm going to talk about optimizing cards based on abilities and not leagues, now that leagues no longer exist and you're not level capped by it. So stay tuned for that email. It's actually a little segment that I'm going to do. I'm going to show examples. That one there is exactly one of the examples that I'm going to show. Because literally, there was no point in having a 5-star Cursed Wendigo when you're playing in Silver because you were level capped from being able to use him. Now that level cap no longer exists, so these little one-off cards, you can feel free to level them, but we will totally touch on that. Hey, did he play 9 years? All right. Did I play last 9 hours ago? Heard they got 40 SPS per win. I did get 40 SPS per win. I'll just show that quickly right here. This is my first battle that I played 7 hours ago. When I was like ranked 8th or something like that. I got 42.408 SPS, and that was with like a 3,500 rating. So my rating was really, really low, and I got 42.408 SPS per win. I'm going to do some playing today on stream with you guys, see if I can recover from this 6-loss streak that I took when the good players showed up again. And see what kind of rewards that I'll be getting when I'm in around 70th place instead of 8th place. But I still feel like as long as it's going to be more than like the 5-6 that I was getting when I was in like Diamond, that's obviously a huge improvement, right? And don't forget, guys, this is even before the second one of the modifications comes up, right? Because this is just the redistribution of the reward pools. So you know how I always say this like every time, After Sound was always saying, hey, the Goldilocks is in Gold League. And he says Goldilocks, but I say it's the Baby Bear, right? So the Baby Bear is Gold League because that's like where you get the most SPS for having the least amount of investment in cards. And it should never be like that. It should always be the higher you are, the more your rewards are to represent the more that you've actually had to invest to get there, you know? So I hope that that's how it's worked out. I feel like that's the way it's probably worked out. I want to see what things look like me being in 70th place overall in this leaderboard versus me just being in like, Diamond 1 and seeing how that works out. So I think it'll be interesting. All right. So Cheese Handler, first time chat. Thanks for the chat, bud. He says, doesn't have much to do with being good. And I mean, I think that there's a fine balance when you say that. So there's good, and then there's having the cards, and you need to have both. I mean, sure, there's going to come a point when if you've just got the cards, you can crush even a good player because, I mean, your cards are just so good. But there's also, just like I was kind of getting at when I was talking with Ime there's going to come a point when it's going to be, and Devlar too, there's going to come a point when it's like, hey, you have better cards than me, but I have better skill, and that puts us around the same rating, and so we'll be battling each other, and it'll be kind of like my inferior cards but superior play skill against your superior cards but inferior play skill at roughly the same level. Like I said, someone with a full silver deck isn't going to beat probably someone with a fully maxed deck if they run into each other, but they could beat someone who has like a low gold deck or a couple gold cards with them being all silver because their play skill is so much better, right? So I think that that's how things are going to work out here. Uh-oh, you're going to raise prices now. Well, I'm going to talk about prices for sure. Because I think that like what we just said there, Ime, with you talking about a Cursed Wendigo is a very valid point. I'm not going to raise any prices. I use a bot when it comes to my pricing. So you can see that right here. I use splex.gg, and it just kind of handles my rentals for me so that I don't have to manually change my rental prices. You mean pump the overall market with good info? Hey, I hope so. I mean, if you guys find a good info, I mean, I'm just a small non-monetized streamer, right? I've got you guys, my normal crew who shows up, and people like Cheese Handler. Thanks for showing up, buddy. But I mean, I'm no After Sound. you know? And I do publish my stuff on YouTube, as you guys know. And, you know, I give little snippets here and there, followed by the full discourse that we have. But I mean, I'm not After Sound. I'm not Infidel. I'm not even Bronze Dragon. No offense to Bronze Dragon, but I mean, he's smarter than those other guys. Like, I'm just some chump here who likes to talk Splinterlands, you know? And I don't have the ability to whale out cards in order to be like the be all and end all, you know? But I mean, I'll show you guys like what I have right now, like as far as like some of my rental stuff. What do I do here? I go to collection, Silence Fort. Like I've got Psilence, which is my main account. Silence 2 and 3 are my wild bots that just play in silver, or do they play in silver now? They're probably just going to get beat down. And then I've got like Silence 4. This is my rental account, right? So I am changing the way that I work my rental account and the way that I'm kind of trying to position some of these cards in order to make them rent, because I mean, take a look over here. This isn't renting well. Yes, Machina Pat. I suckered you in for 3.46 DEC on an 89.91 YOA. But yeah, like I want to make sure that based on the new league and the way that I expect the new league to work, that I'm going to be maximizing my return on these, right? Like I don't think that the way people are going to rent anymore, for instance, with this Venari Spellsmith is getting 2-star 5 BCX cards. I just don't think that that's going to be the way anymore, you know? We'll talk about that a little bit more in a bit. Let's go ahead here, and as you guys know, I always save all of my EoS rewards for you guys. So I'm going to do my little spiel here like I have to do because my computer's potato. Hey you guys, it's I, the Psy, and we're back with another season of EoS chest openings for a couple accounts. So as you know, I've got like a bronze account, that's my buddies. I've got 2 of my own silver bot accounts, and I've got the machine's gold account. Now, good news about the machine too. I talked to him and I showed him how big the rewards were, how I got like 42 SPS in a single win after these changes. And he said, yeah, that's the motivation I need to come back. So we might actually see the machine coming back, and that will motivate me to try and figure out how to do like split screen so I can have the machine on with me and we can have like more chats. And I've also got Jimmy, who also wanted to try and do a split screen with me. So I'll have to try and figure that out. But it's especially exciting that I already know that these new SPS rewards are bringing people back into the game, one of which is going to be the machine. So excited about that. Maybe even Slunchy, but he's kind of a busy guy these days. And we'll see if we can get him back too. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get this on. Let's go and let's do a few EoS openings. Like I said, I saved those for you guys. And let's start with taking a look at account values, because I always like to know what is the value of the account that we are opening these EoS rewards for, so we can kind of compare. So Slunchy's basically remained exactly the same. His account's worth 45 bucks. Hasn't moved anywhere. But again, don't forget, you always have to take that kind of with a grain of salt, because the new rewards that he's been accumulating, they don't have value associated with them, right? They just exist but don't have value. So it doesn't actually truly reflect the value of his soulbound cards, because he's got some decent soulbound cards. Very lucky guy. All right, so that being said, he's got a $45 account. We're going to claim it, and then we'll check out what his seasonal rewards look like. Tool, season lookup, and that's going to be for the Slunch. All right, let's get things going. Good luck, Slunchy. I always like to report back to him afterwards and let him know if he gets anything good. And he's like, I don't even know what those cards are anymore, because he's full bot right now. But like I said, when I start telling him, and I even made a Facebook post about it on my own personal page, I was like, buddy, if there's ever a time for you to get back into Splinterlands, now is the time, because of the changes that have already happened and the changes that will happen in the future with the removal of SPS from these chests. Once you can't get SPS in these chests anymore, and the bots aren't draining the SPS pool, like no more 0.257s from the bots, right? All of that will be properly split between wild and modern. That's the next big step. So if you think SPS rewards are high right now in battles, like just wait until they've got the proper split between modern and wild, when wild has something like 18 to 20x more battles happening, and they're all bots and they're all draining the same SPS reward pool. Like it's gonna be crazy when that happens too. Save it ended today for once. No more waiting 5 days. Yes, I know. I'm so excited for once. the timing was right on the EoS chest. I didn't have to wait 5 days to open it with you. I'm excited to be able to actually, like, you know, use these cards and open the EoS and see how things go for once, instead of it always being the way that it is. You know what? Let's get some volume on this guy too. Let's get some volume on it. Desktop audio. Hopefully it's working. Background music is playing. Desktop audio. I don't know. Maybe it's working, maybe it's not. I don't know if there's music or not yet. It might just be the sound of chest opening. No, it's not even the sound of chest opening. All right. Oh, because it turned itself off again. There. No, it still doesn't want to work. Oh, well. It is what it is, I guess. This is my standard way of opening them, I guess. We listen to music and we get to listen to my voice talk, and hopefully I get excited here and I can report back to the Sluncho that he opened something good. And it's funny. So my buddy Slunch and I, we kind of, we do a lot of our crypto on like the easiest crypto platform, which is crypto.com. It's like, I find it's like the easiest to onboard with. It's the easiest to just like get money in, get money out of. Well, I don't know about get money out. I've never withdrawn. And we had both invested in Luna C. Like right after the crash of Luna C, we were like, hey, let's buy it in case it rebounds. And it rebounded, then crashed again. And then we were like, okay, you know, we made a few bucks or whatever like that. But I mean, it's nothing to really write home about kind of deal. And recently crypto.com was like, all right, well, we're discontinuing Luna C because Daquan or whatever his name is, he got like arrested or something like that. And there wasn't going to be the chance for him to continue the project. So I was like, all right, cool. Make sure that you cash out that Luna C on crypto.com and then you put it into something else. Like put it into Bitcoin or Ethereum or Dogecoin or just some random like shit coin that you hope will moon. All right, just do something with it, but you got to cash out a Luna C because they're going to discontinue it. And last thing that you need as a crypto noob, and I'm not good with crypto either really, is for you to have to send that to another exchange, then cash it out, and then you're using more than one app. So he's like, all right, fine. So he cashes out his Luna C. So when the big Bitcoin pump started happening here like a week ago, I was like, ooh, exciting. And then like 2 days ago, I go and I contact Slunch. I say, yo, Slunch, buddy, things are really pumping. What did you end up putting that Luna C coin into? And he goes, oh, I didn't put it in anything. I just kind of left it as fiat in my wallet. I was like, oh, buddy, what were you thinking? You totally missed out, man. You totally missed out. So that's my quick little Luna C story about the Slunch and crypto.com and how he didn't do anything. And as a result, he missed like some big pumping action. Oh, of course he got a Kulu Mastermind. All right. So Slunchy, value of his rewards is 30 cents, 153 bronze. And he got, let's see, so far it looks like, oh no, he only got a Kulu Mastermind. How unfortunate for him to only have gotten a Kulu Mastermind. Gets all the good stuff. Great Scott the Gamer, how's it going, buddy? We're going through here. We're opening EoS chests for what? For 5 accounts. So there's Slunch. Let's log out of the Sluncho. And let's log into Psilence 3, the weakest of my botted accounts. All right. And like I said, oh no, I'm an extractor. I need these soulbound reward cards, buddy. I have no luck. You guys know I have no luck with soulbound reward cards. No luck with packs. I've actually opened 51 or 51 Rebellion packs now without a legendary. I know I said I'd stop last week. I just can't stop. I'm not stopping until I at least hit a legendary. All right. I'm just not stopping until I at least hit a legendary. So maybe I'll go and I'll open that up after I'm done opening these chests, just to kind of keep the whole opening thing going, you know? All right. So here we are. We're in Psilence 3. We're going to open it up. I've got Psilence 3 up. Value of Psilence 3's collection. Oh, it's gone up. It's 307. Must have gone up because of the fact that there's a lot of these, a lot of the Chaos Legion cards are going up. So now it's a 307. Let's give it a claim. And let's see what's going on. Is it just my own volume that I have so low that it doesn't make sound anymore? No. All right. Scott got us first. Izzyar. No Kulu yet. You know what? Izzyar is a good start. I think that Izzyar is the best card in the set. I used to say that it was Kulu Mastermind next. I think it's still Kulu Master. I don't know, because I'm in love with Aves these days. I'm in love with Aves. I'll be honest. I thought Aves was trash, and now I'm like, Aves, he's the best. I use him all the time. Kulu's still good. He's in top 3. So I don't know what the order is anymore for good cards. And then Drybone's probably 4 or something like that. But I think it's definitely Izzyar is number 1. And then Aves and Kulu Mastermind are somewhere in there as 2 and 3. I don't know. They're probably interchangeable. What do you guys think about that? What's better? Aves or Kulu? Is Izzyar the best one? And then is it Aves or Kulu? Or what do you guys think? Ime got his first GFL ever. The Rebellion Earth Magic guy. The Rebellion Earth Magic guy. The 3-mana water one is the best non-weapon trainer one. Oh yeah, for sure. What's his name of the 3-mana? Why can't I remember her name? Because I got her the one with she's got weapon break and everything, or armor break and everything. Musa Celine. Musa Celine, probably the best of the non-weapon train. I don't know. I think Izzyar is the best non-weapon trainer, obviously, and then comes Musa. Izzyar is obviously better than Musa. So it's Izzyar, then Musa as far as the non-weapon training guys, I think, for sure. Like, imagine when this silver account is no longer draining this SPS, right? That'll be so good. And how many silver accounts do you think are doing this? But yeah, Izzyar, then Musa as far as non-weapons trainers. And then it probably goes, ooh, there we go with Thane Newsong. And then it probably goes somewhere with Aves and Kulu, and then the other kind of weapons trainer guys show up. But I don't know which one's better, if it's Aves or Kulu, to be honest with you. I got a really hard time. What do you guys think? Aves or Kulu? Aves or Kulu? 4-star Kulu, which I don't have, is bomb. But 4-star Aves actually has rust on her. 4-star Aves has rust. Rust is so good, man. When you're busy facing like a... when you're facing a Lux Vega or you're facing a Wraith or something like that, and you're like, oh, I rust you. They're just like, my whole strategy. Or a Kelia. They're like, you ruined my whole strategy with that one Aves, and it's got Divine Shield, and you're probably pumping up a Pelacor, not Mercenary, the Flying Pelacor guy who only costs 2, and a Grimbarden Smith. Oh, that was really disappointing. All right, well, let's take a look at the season summary then for it. So, season summary for Psilence 3. Yeah, Aves is the owl. You have 3 GF of him? No way. Buddy, I'm gelling right now. But, you know, I'm just glad to have a 4-star of him, period. I'm just glad to have a 4-star of him, period, to be honest with you. Hey, we were just talking about Musa Celine. It looks like Psilence 3 got one. So, 261 in just the EoS chest in silver. You got a Noah. And, a Skok. I need Skok so bad. And an Izzyar. Noah, Skok, Izzyar, Musa, Aves. Bro, okay. So I don't know what it is about these silver accounts that I have that get better cards than my like Diamond Champion account. But it always ends up this way. I look at the silver accounts, and I mean, this is a jacked silver account and a Clockwork Aid. Like, bro, like, I wish that my life was that easy with my other accounts. That was your pack GFL. Oh, Lord Thalinar amplifies. Oh, so you meant that you actually got him out of the taunt guy. Yeah, the taunt guy Thunderstruck. You meant that you actually got him out of a pack, Ime. Whoa, I thought that you were talking about like a gold foil Soulbound, but you actually got a real Lord Thalinar. Wow. That guy's money. Let's just take a quick break. Let's take a look at gold foil Thalinar before we continue on with Machines account. So Rebellion, we're going to look at gold, and we're going to look at legendary. 155. Oh, man. So good. And not only that, but he alone could almost guarantee you, like, him alone is probably almost enough to guarantee you an airdrop if you pop him in there. Maybe not. Maybe that's going a little too far. But he contributes greatly to an airdrop just by the fact of having him. So, nice. Very nice. All right, let's get out of Psilence 3. And it's time for everyone's favorite, Mr. Machine. And like I was talking about before we started doing this, after I told Machine that I made 42 SPS on a single win, he was like, that was the motivation I needed to come back. Let's actually take a look at what Wild is like. Gold 2, so he does want to stay in Gold 2 so he can keep playing. So in Gold 2 Wild, he's still getting 2.2. He's still getting 2 SPS a win. That's shocking. That's not what I expected it to be in Wild, but I guess it's just money now to be playing. Like, just to play this game. Even in Gold, you're still getting like 1, 2 in Wild. Crazy. All right, that means that just looking at this, I'll bet that Bronze and Silver are earning like nothing now. They must be earning nothing. Maybe one of you guys can confirm in chat if Bronze and Silver rewards have gone down from what they used to be, and that's why we're seeing Gold go up. So Machines cards have stayed fairly stable. He's using a lot of... Why doesn't he rent out his extra cards? I've asked him that. I'm like, you've got all these cards you only bought. Why are you not renting out your extra cards? All right, but regardless, so his card value has stayed fairly similar. It's gone up a little bit since last we talked, based on the value of Chaos Legion cards going up. So let's go and let's do his claim. And again, we're talking $5.2 thousand is the value of his collection. Oh, I almost pressed battle. That would have been a mistake. Let's hit claim. Good luck, machine. Good luck, machine. I'll call you and I'll let you know how you do. We got like a 3-hour, 4-hour time difference here, so he's probably still at work. All right, 0.4. Again, I can't wait until his 0.4 turns into 0.01, and all of those other rewards flow back into Nobot Modern. Ooh, Dumaki Orc. Gold foil. Nothing to be super excited about, but I mean, it's a very playable card. Especially on melee only, when you can put him in the very, very back, and then he just thorns and retaliates people out. Or in an equal health match, when you can pop him in. Or even an opportunity match, if you can't use magic. Because then he's got such a low health, and he can still attack. But yeah, there's so many uses for that guy. Come on, machine. You got to get at least one legendary here, buddy. A 5 SPSer, that's not bad. We need at least one legendary out of you, machine. Don't let us down. Very infrequently does the machine ever end up not getting something. Come on, machine. Oh, 2 clockwork aids. That's something. 26 SPS. Decent. Decent. Not what we want to see, though. We want to see those legs. I have no comment on the Tenacious Grunt. Although I have been using Tenacious Grunt quite a bit now that I've got him maxed on those no ability sets. So whenever there's like creatures lose all ability, I don't mind putting Tenacious Grunt in the very front and combining him with Immortalis. Then I find he's just a really good meat wall for only 6 mana, and he's giving you like 12 hit points. I'll go like Tenacious Grunt, and then I'll go Hill Giant behind Tenacious Grunt. And then you just got a nice meaty wall for you to do whatever it is that you're going to do, whether it's like ranged attacks or magic or whatevs. So he didn't get a single legendary. This could be like, let's see a season summary. I'm sure he got something good. Machine always gets the good stuff. And so the value of it in SPS again, whoops, was 1044, 2 Willies, 3 Clockwork, a Thane. Oh, there we go. 2 Dry Bones, 2 Noahs, 2 Kraxaroks, and a Sorial of the Bale. So not bad. Not bad. Again, I would be happy if my whole season looked like that. I wouldn't be happy, I shouldn't say, but I mean, I'd be happy, but I mean, I'd like to see more, but at the same time, I mean, beggars can't be choosers here. We all know what my luck is like. All right, let's log out of the machine. And here we go. It's time. It's the moment you wait every 2 weeks so you can see this. The ultimate failure. Oh, let's take a quick look at the status of the guild. Guild Brawl, still pending. All right. So, value of my account here. Switch account. 12K? 12.9. It's actually gone up from this morning to now by $500. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy to see that, like, some of these cards are paying out. I'm happy about that. All right. So 12.9, almost 13K. Let's do our claim and let's see how things work out. I think I did really good. I think I've got like 80 chests or something like that because they were diamond chests. They weren't champ chests. I didn't move up because I got double leaderboard. So I had no reason to move up to champ. And I'm just hoping that these diamond chests, like I say, pay out more than other people's silver chests. Because like at this point, I've got all the cards except for mythics and legendaries. All I need is legendaries. Oh, not a bad one, 10. All I need is legendaries and mythics at this point. Like, I've got all the commons and rares. I know Matt says that we'll be able to burn them, right, to get other cards. But I prefer not to burn. I prefer to just get the cards I need. Wow, look at all those potions. I'm so glad that we won't be able to get potions anymore either. 5 SPS, 5 SPS. 2 Will-O-The-Wisp, all right. That is just horrible. When you think about the fact that these are diamond chests, like, look how bad this is. Ugh. Imperial Knights. I had max so long ago. 1.9 SPS. 4.3. 1.9. 2.8. Oh my god. Remember how last season was like the worst season ever for me? And it was all champ chests? Well, this time it's not even champ chest. It's diamond chest, but there's like so many of them. I wonder if this is going to beat out how bad last season was. Because so far, it's actually worse than last season. And like I said, last season, seasonal rewards were just so bad. But at least I had like 270 hits on the SPS. Like, come on, at least give me one legendary. Give me one legendary. Give me one legendary. Am I going to go through 3 accounts with no legendaries at this point? Because that's what it's looking like to me. Or 5 accounts, I should say, with no legendary. Did anyone get a legendary yet? None of these accounts got a legendary yet. Another Will-O-The-Wisp. Wow. This is it, guys. These are the last chests. Oh my gosh. Come on, buddy. Give me one legendary. Why did that have to be gold foil? I need it in non-gold foil. Come on. At least one legendary. Oh, buddy, that's 2 seasons in a row when I haven't gotten a legendary in any of my seasonal rewards. That's 2 full seasons in a row, 0 legendaries in any of my EoS. 2 full seasons. Oh, just brutal, man. Just brutal. Let's see what it looks like at least. Even got like 69 champ and 140 diamond. Let's see. All right, a gold foil cracks a rock. Gold foil Noah. All right, so I got 2 Sorial of the Bales. One of the only ones I've already got max. So 2 Sorials, 2 Skok, 2 Drybone, 2 Aves. All right, I guess could have been worse. But look at that. Another champion season, $29. Just so bad. Like, this can't be right. Is this the seasonal chest? Is it really that bad? Was it really that bad? Let me try and reload it. Maybe it didn't have the right info in it. That's it. Maybe something happened. And it was like, no, we didn't read the results of that last one. Can it really be so bad? It was that bad. It was that bad. A $29 EoS. Wow. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right. So Ime says 500th rank was 0.05 SPS or something in wild. All right. 1 GFL works out to close to 90 chances for an airdrop. That's awesome. All right. Let's see. Great Scott. Modern rank rewards are trash. I can easily get 10 chests a day in wild. Yep, for sure. I can get way more chests playing wild, but much less SPS. Speaking of Damaki Orc, I just got that one to level 10. He's a bomb at level 10. He gets thorns. He's insane. And so Thunderstruck says, from level 8, I didn't even bother to level him up because I didn't play Diamond or higher. But now he's totally worth it. Liberty Guy says, I had a good end of season. 118 Diamond Chest, 7 RF Legendary, and 1 GF Legendary. Give me some of that, man. Give me some of that. I could totally use some of that luck. You know what we're going to do right now here then? All right, hold on. Let me just put you on to, like, having to look at my face. I'm going to buy my credits. I'm going to buy my credits here. I don't want you guys to see, like, my PayPal information. And I'm going to see if I can finally pull off getting that legendary that I talked about. I'm going to buy a few packs. I'm going to see if I can finally get that legendary. I've gone 51 packs in a row with no legendary out of a pack. 51 real packs. And you guys know it's true because I open all my packs either online here with you guys or I say, hey, pack of the day, you know, and then I show it in Discord. Use your credits to buy their packs. Thank you. Thank you, Ime. Thank you for giving me that update. Thank you for giving me the update. Use your credits to buy the packs. All right. So the only thing that sucks is I can't go and I can't buy them off Hive Engine. Let's just go and see what the disparity is right now between Hive and what I'm going to have to pay, unfortunately. Let's find out. All right. So, yeah. PayPal. Give me my money. Or I should say, take your money. All right. So, Rebellion. So on Hive Engine, 403. And the price I'm going to have to pay here is $4.16. Wow. So a 13-cent premium. 2, 3, 4, 16, 20. So I can get 5 packs. All right, let's do it. Let's get 5 packs. Confirmed. Oh, who's bothering me? All right, they're talking about disc golf. All right, so I got my 5 packs. That's what I could get with my $20. I could get my 5 packs. I open 212 and go home screen, refresh Manuel. That's funny. I like your little strategies. That's how it's going to be. It's going to go 212 from me as well. It's going to go 212. I've even got these Chaos Legion packs I bought because I was like, man, they're just such a good deal. I'm just going to buy a tenner. So when I ultimately fail, 2, 3, 4. So when I ultimately fail and don't get any legendaries out of my Rebellion packs, I can at least open 10 Chaos Legion packs and hopefully get something good there too. So here we go. So what we'll do here is we'll go to open and I'll reload. So we're going to do it the way that you kind of suggest. We're going to do 1 Rebellion, then we'll do 2 Gladius, 2 Rebellion, 2 Gladius, 2 Rebellion. All right, and let's see if we can pull it off. So this is pack 52. Pack 52. Will it be Lucky Pack 52? I will have the legendary in it. Come on. Lucky Pack 52? Dude, Sarah, all right. Dude, Sarah, okay. Wasn't Lucky Pack 52. All right. So now we've opened 52 packs with no legendary. 52 packs with no legendary. What's happening? What's happening? And again, I don't even want to see a legendary out of these guys. Because then it's almost like it took away from my odds of getting a legendary of the Rebellion packs. Nope, nothing good there either. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to open it. So this is pack... So 52. So this is pack 53 and 54. So the top one is 53. The bottom one is 54. Here we go. So pack 53. All right. There's at least an epic. And bottom one's 54. 54 packs, no legendary. 54 packs, no legendary. 54 packs, no legend. I'm losing my mind, you guys. I'm losing my mind. All right, at least make it be Fellblade. Quar, okay. Quar is good. He's good. I've got him up to 20, I think. So he gets 2 attack. All right. And he can also heal at that point. All right. 51, 2, 3. So it's 53 packs. We're at 53. Let me write it down. I'm just getting so emotional right now. I'm getting so emotional. All right. We're at 53 packs. Go home and refresh first. All right. I'll go home and I'll refresh. But then if I refresh it, I'm like, it's like I'm resetting it. I don't want to refresh. I want it to keep going before I refresh. I don't want to. I'm not refreshing it. I got to keep going the way that I've been doing it. Oh, man. Go home and refresh. Fine. All right. I'll go home. Is this home? I'll go home. I'll reload. Close that up. Open. All right. So 53. So this is packs. No, sorry. This is pack 56 because I opened 1, then 2, then 2. So we 2, 4. So this is pack 55 and 56. Pack 55 and 56. I swear to all that is holy in the Splinterverse. Pack 55 and 56. Alright, so at least we got an epic, but 55 and 56. Oh my god. I'm now at 56. I'm at 56 packs without a legendary. 56 packs without a legendary. How does this even happen? How does this even happen? So, like, 56 packs without a legendary. 56 packs without a legendary. I'm losing my mind here, guys. I'm losing my mind. I did your little strategy there and it still didn't work. 56 packs, no legendary. All right. Let's open all 10 of these. This way I'll at least get a legendary in Chaos Legion. It doesn't matter to me, Chaos Legion. It's dead to me. But 56 packs of Rebellion. 56 packs. 56 packs. 56 packs. Like, I am just in utter, there you go. There's a Chaos Legion one worth probably $1. But 56 packs, guys. Like, I don't even understand how it's possible. Like, I don't even understand how it's possible to go 56 packs. Oh, man. And of course, I'm not about to hit a gold foil rare in this either. 56 packs. Oh, man. All right. Come on, don't be a fiend. At least be a summoner. Come on. Astral Entity, I'll take that. There's a win. There's at least a win. Out of these 10 packs, I got an Astral Entity. All right, there's at least something good. But wow, 56 packs now in Rebellion with no legendary. So guys, it is I, the Psy. I'm glad you guys were able to tune in for that EoS and then the bonus opening of Rebellion and a few Chaos Legion and those Gladiators cases. Wish me luck throughout the week as I open some more packs, but we're now at 56 Rebellion packs without a legendary. I'm going to keep opening one a day, unless it's streamed, then I'll open 5. Until I open a legendary. And then, like I said, maybe I'll call it quits at that point, but I said that last week, and I just keep going. Because, darn it, I'm going to get a legendary, and we all know that when I do, it's going to be our homeboy Zabadjan. Until next time, it's I, the Psy. I'll see you guys soon. Take care, my friends. Peace. And I'm back. You guys get to see my true face after all that. Oh my god. 56 packs. I don't even know how it's possible. 56. Oh, I don't want to keep saying 56 over and over, but something like that happens and you just can't get out of your head. I don't even know. What are even the odds of going 56 packs without a legendary? I don't even know what the odds are of that. Wow. All right. Let's go ahead and let's... I got 2 little topics I want to talk about here today. So, I did go home and refresh first. So, I've got 2 topics I want to talk about. And then I want to play some games too and everything like that. As far as like see how I'm doing on the leaderboard. So, I'll do one of the topics. I'll play some games. I'll end with the other topics. I think that the first one... You're at 0 Rift Watcher legendaries with 50 packs. All I can do, it doesn't make me feel better. It makes me feel bad for both of us, Ime, that you've opened 50 RW packs and you haven't gotten a legendary. It just makes me feel bad for us both, bro. Makes me feel bad for us both. I feel bad for us both. All right, so here's the 2 topics that I got for you today. So one of them is going to be about my new way of looking at cards and combining cards and putting cards on the rental market and even owning your own cards at this point in time, which is going to be based on card ability and not card level. The other one is I'm going to be talking about an anti-bot solution for Wild, which I call the 3 format solution. I think that what we're going to do is we're going to start off with talking about the optimizing cards based on abilities and not leagues. I think that one is a really interesting one. So I want to talk about that one, okay? So we're going to start it up. I'll do my little speech again, and that's what we'll do, okay? All right, here we go. Hey, you guys, it's I, the Psy. I'm back with a banger for you. So we've got the new league rules that came out, where there are no more leagues really anymore, and what there are now is just playing based on your rating within the leaderboard. So if you're 75th on the leaderboard, wow, I dropped pretty quickly there. If you're 75th on the leaderboard, you're going to earn less SPS in a win than if you're first on the leaderboard, and there are no longer any kind of penalties for playing lower leveled cards, and there's also no like caps on the cards that you can play. So if you're in bronze but you have an 8-star summoner, or bronze, and you have an 8-star summoner, then you can play max level cards that are associated with that summoner. There's no like inhibiting you anymore like there used to be. So back in the day, it used to be something like if you were in silver, you could play maximum level 5 common, level 4 rare, level 3 epic, and level 2 legendary, right? It doesn't even have leagues anywhere for me to even click on, since leagues no longer exist for me to kind of illustrate that. Oh, it does. All right, so it does still have leagues. I just wasn't scrolled down enough. So just to kind of illustrate it, here we go, right? So, all right, it did take it away, so no, I can't illustrate it. But that's what it used to be back in the day. So in silver, you'd have 5, 4, 3, 2 as your level caps. Now that that no longer exists, it's kind of making me look at a different way as far as things like rentals go in one case, as well as what kind of cards that I want to have in my collection. So it used to be that when it came to rentals, you'd want to have, like I said, 5, 4, 3, 2, for example, right? Like, so take this Angelic Mandarin that I was renting out. It's a 25 BCX. And when we look at its abilities, we'll see that, all right, so this one isn't maybe the best example, but it's still a good one. You see that it has triage at level 4, but at level 5, it gains that second attack. So now it's going to come to the point, that second ranged attack. So here it's got 1 ranged at level 4, but it's got that second ranged attack, which is pretty invaluable at level 5. So it makes me think, well, what kind of cards do I want to rent out? Do I want to rent out the one that's a little bit better when it has the extra attack? Or do I want to rent out the one that just has like the ability? Or do I want to rent out one that might not have an ability at all? So if we were to go and we were to look at my collection, for instance, one of the things that I've always tried to do is balance my collection not necessarily on the league that I'm on, but on the value of the card and its abilities. So let's take a look at Nimbleduke Scout. All right. So we're looking at the stats on Nimbleduke Scout. We see that at 5-star, it actually gains Inspire, but it doesn't gain another ability necessarily till 10-star. So I've been kind of just sitting on in my collection a 5-star Nimbleduke Scout, because I wasn't sure if the value would be there just to increase its hit points, increase its speed. Obviously, these are good things, but did I need that to happen in order for me to really want to increase and invest in a Nimbleduke Scout? So I'm kind of sitting on just like an ability modifier right now as where I find its best value point is. And that can also be reflected all the way down when we look at things from Chaos Legion, for instance, like that. Like, let's take a look at Goblin Psychic, for instance, all right? So this is one of the best Chaos Legion cards, pretty much, like, invaluable, especially when you combine it with Immortalis and you're having, like a magic battle. So you might have been thinking, okay, previously I was playing in gold, and the max level that my commons could be is a level 6, right? And when you look at the level 6 version, he's good, right? I mean, he's got tank heal and everything like that. He's got affliction. But once you hit level 7, he's got silence. So it's like, what do you really want to do at this point in time? Do you want to now continue to play with a level 6 Goblin Psychic, which is where you might have had it for gold? Totally respectable, totally respectable. Or at this point in time, is it something that you want to now bump up and play with the level 7 version for silence, which is obviously a way better ability. Like, it's part of the reason of why Goblin Psychic is so amazing, because he gets Silence at level 7. So you can see that just by eliminating leagues, you've now taken away that mental cap that you used to put on the cards, so you can then in turn make the card more playable. Right? So I would definitely want to play with a 7-star Goblin Psychic now. Even if the rest of my deck was gold, I'd want to like upgrade my Summoner to play with a level 7 Goblin Psychic instead of continuing to play with a level 6, since the level 7's now available to me to play and it has Silence. Now there's a few other things that we can look at there as well, right? So there is, for instance, Tusk. Let's take a look at Tusk. Let's go back to Silver and let's take a look at Tusk, okay? So in Silver, you could play 5-4-3-2, so you'd only be able to have a maximum level 3 Tusk the Wide. Level 3 Tusk the Wide is good. He is wide. He's got his 13 hit points. But why wouldn't you now want to play with a level 4, where he gets that Inspire? You know? So now we're kind of like breaking the level cap a little bit, and it's not so much about what is the maximum level I used to be able to play for these leagues, or if I were to still go into a tournament, a Silver tournament, which does still have these league caps, do I want to play and invest in this 4-star version of Tusk the Wide, or do I just want to keep a 3-star, knowing that in ranked play, where the rewards are just so juicy, I could be playing this 4-star and have access to Inspire. So you can see how it kind of breaks the mold out of previous league sets by looking at a card through its abilities that we'll have, instead of just looking at the card through the lens of what league is it playable in as a max level. Let's look at another one, okay? So we already did Angelic Mandarin. Let's take a look at, here's a really good one. Here's one that we face all the time, non-stop, especially now it's getting weapon trained, Merdali Guardian. When we take a look at its stats, 4-star. So this used to be the max in Silver. Again, I'm using Silver as kind of the baseline because I feel like Silver is a good entry point for a lot of people. Used to be Silver, 4-star, 25, it would heal. Hey, that's great. It steals and it heals. Like, it's a good little guy. But why wouldn't you now want to play and get your Kelia up a little bit higher and break out of that Silver mentality and go into having a 5-star Merdali Guardian where it just gets amazing, and it now also has Repair, right? So it's now like, instead of having these cards and looking at them from the standpoint of, well, why would I ever level it up to a level 5? I only play in Silver League, and I can't use a level 5 Merdali Guardian in Silver. Now you can look at it like, well, you know what? Sure, most of my cards are Silver, but I rent up a little bit so I can advance higher in the leagues, get more SPS, and obviously having access to a level 5 instead of a level 4 is huge, because now I have access to Repair. So even from the standpoint of seeing the way that I've kind of like focused my rentals, I've tried to go up with that philosophy. So even though Antoid Platoon, if I look at it historically, I look at the 6 where it gains Scavenger, it's actually low, right? So you look at the value of a 6 and it's actually low because 6 is beyond 5, and 5 used to be the old Silver level cap, right? So why would 6 actually be worth renting when the level cap for Silver is 5? Well, now you can be mostly Silver, but you can play Scavenger. So I've upgraded these cards, and instead of having them only 60 BCX to rent, I've now got 100 BCX Antoid Platoons out here to be rented. And I feel like what's going to start happening now is people aren't going to want the 5-star Antoids because they're no longer restricted to playing in Silver. They're going to want the 6-star Antoid Platoons so that they can have Scavenger, which is obviously a fantastic ability on Antoid Platoon, right? I mean, that's part of the reason why you play Antoid Platoon. It's got the shield and it's got Scavenger, right? So the same thing can be looked at for things like Blinding Reflector, right? You go ahead and you take a look at Blinding Reflector, and it actually gains Magic Reflect at 5. Okay, so Blinding Reflector, maybe not the best one to look at. All right, let's look at a different one instead. Let's go and look at my items. Here's one that I looked at previously, the Hill Giant. You take a look at the stats of the Hill Giant, and level 5 is, again, Silver previous max. But at level 6, that's where things get juicy. That's where it gets Stun, which is I think it's one of the best abilities in the game. So now, why would you want to rent a 5-star Hill Giant? Why would you want to play with and own a 5-star Hill Giant when for a little bit more, you could get yourself a Hill Giant with Stun, right? And you can still be in Silver League, but now you can use this 6-star Hill Giant that's going to have Stun, you know? The same thing can definitely apply to, while we're on the topic of the green guys. Let's take a look in green. Earth especially has a lot of these guys, right? Like, let's look at Venari Sniper or Venari Scout. Ooh, Crypto Bogey's facing it. All right, let's take a look. Let's break things up for a quick second here. And we're going to take a look over at Brawl. Uh-oh, so Crypto Bogey's got a good... He has the same idea as me for Brawl. Let me turn down the volume a little on this one. Alright. I got the magic reflect, though. Do I heal? Look, see, there's that Medallion Guardian we were talking about. Oh my gosh, that volume is so loud. Come on, heal him! Heal him! Heal him! Good. There we go. So I'm banking it all on the double heal, basically, on this guy. And 8, 2, reflected. I don't know who's going to win this one. Oh, I don't think it's going to be me after that. That was like my whole strat. I think that his silence is going to do me in here. I don't know if I can break that silence. Magic reflect. If I can get a double heal. No, it's over. It's over for me. But I mean, I am still getting double healed. No, it's just too much damage. I was hoping that he'd be using more sneak. That's why I put 2 guys in the back for sneak. But no. I'm done, son. This helmet got the boost. It's over. Alright. Well, that was disappointing for you guys to watch, but it is what it is. There you go. Slight little interlude. Crypto Boogie gave me the beats. So there we go. So I'm what? 1, I'm 2. So I'm 4 and 2 right now. Okay, let's get back to our regularly scheduled program. You guys got to watch me get the beat down in my brawl. Alright, so I was talking about Venari Scout. Alright. So Venari Scout, same kind of deal. Let's mute that. At level 5, he does not have dodge. At level 6, he gets dodge. What would people probably like to rent more? If they weren't like renting 10 stars, obviously, right? They'd want to rent the level 6. So we can see how this carries on, and it carries on to the Knifer as well. Like, let's take a look at the Knifer. Knifer gets backfire at level 6, right? Something it doesn't have at the previous silver level 5 cap. So now it's worthwhile to get the level 6 Knifer, you know? Following that along with, let's see some guys that we could have here. Let's take a look at Uriel even, okay? Because I actually bought another Uriel just for this purpose here, okay? So Uriel. So same deal with Uriel, right? Why would you ever want to play with a 1-star Uriel ever again? I don't think that there's going to be anyone who ever rents a 1-star Uriel ever again when a 2-star Uriel has heal, which is one of its greatest assets, is the ability to have heal and get buffed, right? So let's go ahead here. I'm going to go to my cards right now, and I have these 3 Uriels. I am going to combine them. This is definitely making me combine cards, right? Because, I mean, like I said, I don't even feel like putting them on the market. There's going to be that big, like, a reduction in value if I were to sell it that way. And I'm going to send this one over to my rental account now. Silence 4 as a 2-star Uriel. Because, like I said, I just don't feel like anyone's going to rent a 1-star Uriel ever again, because you just won't win with it. Maybe those bots that are playing in Wild and that are just trying to win trade might do it. But I mean, it's the same concept as when I look at these guys here and I were to scroll down. Like, look at these Chaos Agents. No one wants to rent a 2-star 5 BCX Chaos Agent anymore, right? People don't want to rent. Look, this 1-star, well, I guess someone just finished renting this Chaos Dragon because it has Blast. Who's going to want to rent a 1-star Chaos Dragon anymore when I guess the Scattershot's nice. But Scattershot with Blast is even better. That's like totally meta because it gets around Grimbard and Smith, right? Gets around the Panda Smith combo. So that's why I'm saying I think that things are really going to start to change. Here's again a 6-star that I put up for rent because I guess at 5-star I got Giant Killer. I don't actually know why I even have a 6-star period. I guess I'm going to have to level this guy and get another 200 BCX because I'm going to want to rent him out now as a 9-star. So for Inspire, I'm wondering why he was ever worth 27 as a 6-star. That's strange. That's an anomaly as far as I'm concerned. But you guys kind of get the point. Same with Cursed Wittigu, right? Here's another big one. I have some 4-stars here for rent, right? But 4-star doesn't get heal because previously that was the max for silver, right? So, I mean, you go ahead and you would never give him heal because the silver people would rent him. But now who's not going to rent the Cursed Wittigu without having heal? So I've actually got a strategy for this one, okay? So I need 15 plus 15 Cursed Wittigus. I've got in Peak Monsters right now, buy cards, show my active bids. So if I were to take a look at Chaos Legion here, and this is how I'm trying to do that, you'll see the cards that I'm actively trying to get a few more of so that I can go ahead and I can finish up putting those guys together. So I need 24 more Murdali Guardians, you can see. Why am I going for 24? Ooh, now I bought a few of them. I must have bought like 1 or 2 so far, or maybe only 1. So why am I trying to buy these Murdali Guardians? Why am I trying to buy X Murdali Guardians? Well, again, if I were to go ahead and I were to look at what I actually have here right now, and I were to look at the Murdali Guardians that I have for rent, where are you, Murdali Guardians? Let's do rare, and let's do water. And then that way it'll come up for me. Murdali Guardians. Those are Angelic Mandarins. Murdali Guardians? Are you guys common or something? It said no. I must take them off for rent. Let's go and let's take a look again here. This is messing me up, because why would I be trying to buy those guys? Murdali Guardian. All right, here we go. Okay. So here's why I'm trying to buy those, right? Because I've got 31 extras. So I'm trying to buy them so I can get 2 copies of them at 40. Because then I'll go and I'll put these guys out, right? So that's why I'm trying to buy the Murdali Guardians. Maybe I've got some over here that are disabled and I haven't transferred back over yet. That's really strange because I feel like I'm missing some. No. All right. Okay. Weird. But that's my objective there, at least, is I'm buying more of those cards for me to be able to get them to that point. Let's take another look at another example here. So you can see that I'm trying to buy, how many? 30 more Goblin Psychic. So why am I trying to buy 30 Goblin Psychic? Earth, Goblin Psychic. So I've got a 400 here. That means it must be part of my rental strategy. Let's go and let's check out commons. 30 Goblin Psychics. Okay. Okay. So over here, 120. So here's what I'm trying to do. Look, I'm going to cancel renting out both of these guys, right? Because I've got a 60 and I've got a 60. 60 plus 60 is 120. Plus 30 is 150. So I'm trying to combine both of these guys with another 30 when they come through so I can go and I can get another 7-star because just like we talked about, 7-star has silence. And this is, it's already starting to happen. You can see that now it's up to 7.28, even though that's not reflected back here with the 60s. See where it's 6.35? But right here, they're being rented for 1.8 and it's 1.3. So you can see 11. Sorry, so right now it's only 1.08 with a 3% year YOA. And over here, the 60s have a 9.3 YOA, year return on investment here. I feel like these are going to flip. And this one that's 3.8 is going to turn into one that's 11. And these guys that are 9 and 11 are going to turn into one that's 3.8. And I'm going to have to put less on the market. So I've got another 3 going on because 60 plus 60 is 120. Plus another 30 equals 150, and that's when it gets silence. And this is the kind of card that I think that people are going to try and buy in the future. So again, we're not looking at cards based on like league caps anymore. We're looking at cards based on what ability do they offer me, and will these abilities enable me to climb ranks at this point in time? And that's kind of the way that I'm thinking. Let's take a look here. What you guys are saying in the chat right now. And hey, how's it going, DeFizz? Nice to see you in here. So we don't have any like additional comments on that right now, but I feel like that's the way that I'm going to make my plays. Let's just take a look at one more example if I have one here as to what I'm trying to do. Bid. So I'm trying to get another Time Mage. I'm trying to get 7 more Time Mages. I'll probably update this all after we're done. Why am I trying to get 7 more Time Mage? Let's take a look at my items. Be the last example that we give, but just to give you an idea, right? Okay, so here we go. So I am at 34. So I guess I don't need 7 more. I guess I probably only need 6 more. But that will get me to 40 BCX. See, I've already got a 25. Do I want a 25, though? I don't. I want to get a 40 because that's when you get rust. And I don't think people are going to want this 4-star anymore to rent or to own. I think the new card that people are going to want to rent and own is going to be a 5-star with 40 because that's when it gets rust. So again, I'm starting to think less away from league level caps, and I'm starting to think more towards having good abilities that are going to make people want to rent the card. So we'll see if that all works out in the future, or if I just kind of wasted some money and combined some cards that would give me a higher YROA and just kind of wasted it. But like I said, I've got a feeling that now it's kind of a wide open game. We're in the Wild Wild West again, and no one is going to want to play with a 4-star Time Mage when, I mean, you can rent up a little bit higher, get a little higher on the leaderboard, rent the 5-star that's going to have rust. And even if you did, there's probably a lot of other, even if you did want to play with like a 4-star, there's probably going to be so many other people that are thinking like me that you can just rent the 5-star anyway, and it'll probably just be like, what, 0.1 DEC more expensive, and you can still play him as a max 4-star if you had to. So there's not really a downside aside from if I actually wanted to try and sell the card, or if like there's a significant rental discrepancy in price between the 4-star and the 5. But I just think that the utility of having, in this example, rust on a Time Mage is going to far outweigh just having the slow. Because, I mean, rust is awesome on Time Mage, silence is amazing on Goblin Psychic, that second attack is crazy on a Murdali, on the Murdali, and having repair is obviously fantastic on the other Murdali, because we got double Murdalis, right? Let me find those guys here one last time. There we go. Yeah, so the Mandarin having his second attack is really good, and the Murdali Guardian having repair is really good. And we could go on with these examples for forever. We could lead them into Rebellion. We could lead them into everything. But I mean, like I was saying previously, it even affects the way that I'm looking at Rebellion and what I'm buying my cards up to. For instance, Pirate of 8 again. I don't need to bring him up to 8 because at 7, he's got that 4 attack with the blast already, right? And just to kind of go even further, take this away. Let's just look at Earth and my good buddy who I use all the time, and I'll put him. Sometimes this is a great combination. You put Quar in the front, you put Lurking Puffer behind Quar, and then you put the Moxian Rebel behind Lurker, and then you end up with a Lurker that has 2 attack, 2 magic, and look at him go. Even only having him at 5-star is the sweet spot, because that's where he gains silence, right? Which is obviously a nice throwback to me too. So there you go, guys. That's my little speech about optimizing cards based on abilities and not league requirements, because I feel like in the future, what's going to happen here is that abilities are going to far outweigh the old level caps, unless you're actually playing in a tournament. But I got a feeling that you're going to want that juicy SPS when you're earning like 42 SPS for a win. There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. Stay tuned for the next video. It's I the Sai signing off. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about that. Am I looking at it the right way, or am I just spending money on cards that we'll never see play? I mean, they are Chaos Legion after all. Peace. Have we talked about Gladiator cards yet? Actually, that's one of the things I've written down. So I'll tell you guys about Gladiator cards right now. Abilities over league caps, big brain. Thanks to Fizz. Makes me feel good. Boom, 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 boom. Just call me the leader. Enemy of the Hulk. So Eternal Paw, the only thing I want to talk about with Gladiator cards is the fact that I swear what they're going to end up doing is that they're going to randomly be like, hey, by the way, Gladiator cards, they're no longer burnable for DEC. Peace, you just lost all that money. So one of the things I wanted to do on air with you guys here right now, I may as well turn this into a short and then see if I can do it. Gold cards, Gladiator, and I want all cards. Hey, you guys, it's I the Sai, and Matt just made an announcement that at some point in the future, the probabilities of Gladius cards no longer being burnable for DEC is a possibility. And I don't want to take the risk of missing out on that. I'm going to take this beautiful Tatiana Blade gold foil. And Tatiana, it's been great having you as part of the team, but it's time for you to get burned, baby. Let's convert you to dark energy. Let's take my 50,000 DEC before it's too late. Should I burn it, you guys? Should I turn this Tatiana blade into 50,000 DEC? I definitely want the 50k DEC before it's too late. Burn, baby, burn! So long, Tatiana. Thanks for the 50k DEC. I salute you. Till next time, it's I, the Psy, 50k richer. I no longer own the card. Womp, womp, womp. Boom, take that. Tatiana, no! Bro, that was $50. That was $50 Renos. I'm not risking me waking up one day and they're doing like an update and they're like, hey, we updated the cards. Guess what? Gladiators, you can no longer burn them for DEC. What? And then I just don't get it anymore. So no, so long, Tatiana. Like as soon as he said there's the possibility that like you can't burn anymore, this Tatiana had to go. Now some of these other chumps, like I really just don't care. All right, like do I really care about Cutter Breeze and his like 2000 DEC? Probably. I'll probably nuke him too, let's face it. But Tatiana, $50 Renos. I'm not risking not getting my $50 Renos out of Tatiana Blade. Now that I added up actually here, oh my gosh, I got a lot of ones. What's this guy worth? He's worth 50 cents. All right, let's count. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 14, 17. So that's actually 17 times 0.5. All right, let's make a note. So 0.5 times 17. Let's keep it running total. So that's 850. And we know what these guys are worth a toonie a piece. All right, let's actually go. So 850 and rare. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So plus 20. I've actually got 2850 worth of gold foil Gladius cards. I'm probably going to end up burning all of these. I'm not even joking right now. Like, they have no value to me as gold foils. I am probably going to just burn them all. I don't even care. I'd rather have the 2850, I think, than these gold foil Gladius cards. And I don't want to wake up, like I said, one day and be like, hey, we made a change. You can no longer, like, get the DEC from them. All my Gladiator cards are way stronger than this. I don't really play in gold foil tournaments. I don't know why I even have these guys, to be honest with you. Like, let me see if I can do it in Peak Monsters. My cards. Can I do a mega burn? Oh, I can't do a mega burn through here. Well, you guys got to witness Tatiana. I'm not going to waste your time by going through every one of these cards and burning them. But Tatiana Blade, you can see now that the healthy 108,000 DEC that I have there. I'm just glad to have it. So, Tatiana, you paid the ultimate price, but you got me. You got me $50. You got me $50 USD. Let's take a look at what that's worth in CAD because I'm Canadian, all right? So 50 USD to CAD, $67 Renos. So thanks, Tatiana. That was worth $67 bucks for me, as Bluey would say. I'll take my $67 bucks. Bam. Is that what you were going to be talking about? Is that what you were going to be talking about, Eternal Paw? When you're like, have we talked about Gladiator cards yet? Is that what you meant? Because it was totally on my list. I got this little shred of paper here today with my notes on it. But if that's what you meant, there we go, buddy. There we go. Yep. Which ones am I keeping? None. They will all get burned. If you play in gold tournaments, different story, okay? If you're playing gold tournaments, that's a totally different story. And if you use these guys over here, right, items, let's not look at this. Like if you use these guys like Eternian Brute and them kind of chumps, then sure, maybe it's worth keeping. You know, maybe if you're using Eternian Brutes in gold foil tournaments, you want to keep them. But I mean, I don't have any use for those guys whatsoever. I'll play with these guys non-gold foil and I'll be happy about it. And that'll be that. So I'll take my $50 bucks, thank you. Before, like I said, I wake up and suddenly it's changed, you know? Oh, regular foils, which ones am I keeping? Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point about the regular foils. I'd probably keep all my regular foils, to be honest with you. Like the amount that they burn for is just so little. I don't know if it's really worth it. That's a tough call, though. That's a tough call. Because, like, Chimney won't, like... Let me just go and check regular. Obviously, good, good, good. Once you get it high enough level, she gets poisoned, so she's good. I mean, Gorth is... Yeah. Like... Let me just all... 21 BCX. 21 divided by 2. I mean, that's $11 worth of Gorth. I can't deny it. 11 bucks worth of Gorth. I mean... Ava's good. Good. Alfredo I've used. And I think Alfredo gets good at higher levels. Yeah, Alfredo gets good when he's got close range, right? Then he gets kind of good. He gets even 3 attack. Like, Eleanor Cleaver. I never use Eleanor. I've used Edith now that I got her up to cleanse. Bertrall's good. Good. Cutter Breeze is fantastic for 1. I've used Paladin rank before just to have hit points. Like, most of them are good. That's the problem. Like, Lisa Fox, I don't think I've ever used her. Maybe I have because I got her stunned now. I can see him being good for the hit points. Like, there's very few that I'd say are absolutely totally useless, except for Gorth. Like, if I were to turn Gorth into right now, but see, even then, all that hard work, and he's only worth 4 bucks. He's worth 1 rebellion pack for all this hard work. I don't know. I think when you're talking about something like a gold foil legendary that's literally worth 50 bucks to you, I mean, and you're not using it, I think that's one thing. But I mean, I just don't see the value in, like, what am I going to do? Like, take poor Alfredo here and turn him into a $1.40. You know, I definitely don't want to turn poor Alfredo into a $1.40. So, I don't know. And even Whispering Damon gets good because he's got piercing after a while. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be the gold foil. I'm gonna get rid of all those guys there. Black Torch, how's it going, bud? I'll definitely get rid of those guys. Let's do a few games here. I'm gonna talk to the audience real quick. Let's see where I belong. We'll have maybe 5 games or so and see how things work out. Hey, you guys, it's I, the Psy, and I am super pumped to be here with you with the new leaderboard and the changes that just happened. I played my first game 8 hours ago. I managed to beat out Dave Kugler, and I pulled off well, not Dave Kugler. Who did I win? It was Clay, and it was worth... No, it wasn't Clay. It was Dave. Dave Kugler, and it was worth 42 SPS in a win. Then I took out Clay, and it was 32 SPS. Then I lost, and then I took out Professor Chaos, 31 SPS, and then 30 SPS, and then 25 SPS, and then 24 SPS, and then 25 and 26, and then I went on a 6-game losing streak, as is the way it should be when you start facing, like, the true champions, you know, and you're not just like, haha, I got in first, and therefore managed to squeeze in some wins where I shouldn't have. But that does put me into 74th on the leaderboard. And it makes me wonder, like, how high are the rewards being 74th in the game right now in Modern? So let's play a few games. Let's see if I pull off some victories. And we'll see what happens here. Eternal Paul says $4 is more than he's going to be worth once it gets to merits. Gorth's gotta go. You guys are probably right. I should probably burn Gorth. Let's face the facts. I should probably burn Gorth. I just can't bring myself to burn Gladiator cards, even if they're just going to turn into junky old merits. But I mean, Gorth is one of those guys where I just see, like, no value in him whatsoever, or his new abilities. It's just not very good. I like calling him the One-Eyed Monster, though. You know, what am I going to do without my One-Eyed Monster? See how that sounds? See how that sounds? All right, so here we go. No abilities, no legendaries, amplify. No abilities, no legendaries, and amplify. No abilities, no legendaries, amplify. Let's go with Sloan. And let's see if I can just, like, create a meat wall and then, like, ranged attack him up. So we got ranged attacks, and we got ranged attacks, and that looks terrible to me. That looks really, really bad. I don't think that's a winning combination. Right? Get rid of you. Let's pop in instead Dax Paragon. And you guys are all terrible to me. Ones. They put you and then you. No, you're awful too. 3 drops. Blinding Reflector in front. Get rid of that. Dax Paragon, turn him into a 3-drop. Turn him into this Marks Rat. That looks absolutely hideous. I don't know what I'm thinking. That would just be an auto loss. All right. Let's try Thaddeus Brood instead. Let's take away their magic, which they'll try and use. There's a lot of hit points for me. And then 2, 5, 4. That also looks kind of hideous. Since there's no abilities, I mean, I may as well use the Pellicor and 3. This guy here. There we go. So that looks a little bit better to me. And no legendaries. Because that way I've just got a Meat Wall, followed by Soul Strangler, and I'm reducing their Thaddeus Brood, their magic, which is one of the big things that will take out his 10 hit points. All right. I don't know how I feel about this. I wish I had access to... everything just looks so terrible. All right, let's do it. Give it a try. Aha, Crypto Dollar Bill. So I'm taking it away. Hopefully it went heavy on the magic, but doesn't have a lot of magic. He's probably going to have that 3-drop magic guy in there for sure. He doesn't. All right. So there's a good chance I could miss here. As long as I hit with my Soul Strangler, I feel like I'll be making progress. 3. Hit. And I think I'm... Oh, I have a chance because my speed's 5. And then 3. Oh, man. He got the advantage on the attack, and that killed me. So he got 6. So Crypto Dollar Bill, 3410. Let's see where he'd fall on the leaderboard here. So 3410. It's got to be way lower than me, and he still got 6. So that means I would have probably gotten 8 or something like that. That was terrible. I should have gone chump. I should have chumped it up. I should have gone with the Pellicor combo like I was going to do at first. I would have done much better. Should have gone with the Pellicor. I would have won that one. I don't know why I second-guessed myself. That happens to me quite frequently. But magic goes before ranged on the order of operations. So it makes sense. So odd mana, common, rare. All melees have sneak. Odd, common, rare, all sneak. Odd, common, rare, all sneak. I got a feeling that they might try and think that I'm going to play Immortalis. And if that's the case, then they might go with a less magic-y magic team. I don't know if that makes sense, but there's a you know what? Let's put this Lycert. I don't think I've ever used Leosaurus. Let's put him at the back, because if they are going to sneak, let's get that in there. And do I have any Amplify? No Amplify whatsoever. All right, all right. That's still fine. We got Lux Vega. Ooh, Yuloth to go and heal that Leosaurus. What else? You've got the magic rusting. Oh, but you've also got the blast. Tough call here. So 31 to 42. I really like Regal Paradin just because it's got so many hit points. And what else can I can pop in almost anything here. But nothing looks good. This guy will give me back 43 out of 42. Okay. Regal Paratin, you can say goodbye for a 4-drop, and I can't use 4 drops. What about a 3-drop? Vampire Bat in the back. I think I'll do it like that. No, you have no armor. I want something with armor. 41. Maybe I put the Venari Markstrat in the back. And then Leosaurus. That's kind of sneaky, because then I'll get the Martyr off on Leosaurus. And Leosaurus seems actually okay. This is like what Leosaurus was built for. This is his whole deal. This is his whole raison d'etre, his whole purpose, is to exist in this manner. So I'm going to go for it. I'm going to see if this will work out. And good luck me. All right, so good. So I called it sort of correctly. He's got the shield breaker, though. Darn it. So he's going to be able to shatter my stuff. But I didn't play any magic. And he's got the Mycelic Slip Spawn, which doesn't do anything against my team. And his Hill Giant will attack my Venari Marksrat. We'll see how this works out. 9, 3, retaliate. As long as he doesn't retaliate, but of course he would. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he retaliate? And a miss. There we go. All right, that was something. Alright. 3. Shattered. Oh, just killed him outright. Another miss. My speed is even higher. How could I even miss that? Oh, because he's got blind. Of course he's got blind. And he pulled off the stun. Wow. This is just brutal, man. It is not going my way. Let me guess. So triage him. 3, 2. Oh, I actually needed him to do that. But there's no way. He got off every attack and didn't even kill my Mark's rat. That was horrible. All right. So apparently I suck, but he got 15. So that's as good as gold. And his score is 34-10. So with 34-10, that puts him nowhere, and he's got 15? Wow, and I'm in 91st now. Brutal. Okay, so sometimes you end up seeing me go on these huge win streaks, and I guess today you get to see other people just crush me. So even mana, no sneak, no snipe, knockout. Even mana, no sneak, no snipe, knockout. With only 13. I hate these low mana battles. I can't use all my good guys. Even mana, no sneak, no snipe, knockout. So I think that if I were to use Obsidian, I can use Moxie and Rebel. And do I have 2 guys that I can make it work with? I've got you. And there can't use the 1 drop. That really sucks. But I can give Puffer some value. And 3 I can't do, and 2 I can't do. I can do 2 like that. And then 0 in the front. That looks awful. But that's still 6. That's 9 damage, I guess? Brutal. But these guys are dealing 3 damage each, and I've got Silence on them. I got a feeling, though, I won't be able to break a Bakjira. Right? Because if they play with Bakjira, that's 10, 13. Could I do Bakjira? Nope. I need 2 more to do my own Bakjira attack. If they lay out Bakjira, I just lose. That's the way it's going to be. If they lay out Bakjira, I just lose. So I'm up to 8 losses in a row now with the way that things have worked out. And he's got Magic Reflect. So I think that that's an auto loss for me because I'll get Magic Reflected. And he's got double ranged. Yep. And he attacks before me. He'll probably get the stun. He got the stun. It's over. It's over. And I didn't get the poison. Yep. All right, skip to results. Another plus 13, and he's at 35. So I was doing good. So I can expect probably 13 if I were to ever get a win off. But now I've lost 9 in a row. All right, here we go. A higher mana match. Let's see if I can pull something off here. Wow, crazy. So trample, no flying, poison. Trample, no flying. Trample, earthquake, poison. Trample, earthquake, poison. All right, let's go with my good combo for this one. All right, let's see if I can do Mantaroth into Iziar. And then we put Grimbarden Smith, who's got immunity. And then we give him Ave Sturges. And then you've also got immunity on Adelaide Brightwing. And who else do we have? But we have access to... Darn it. Because we have access to... I better go and switch this up a little bit. Because we have access to Lily Shield Paw. Which I think is going to be way better. Because it'll give healing to my other guys. And 10. And I can do this. Or even better, I can put Rage in the back, I guess. Who will just try and absorb. The thing is, I know for sure that what's going to end up happening here is that they're also going to put someone in the front. They're going to do Lily into their own guy, into their own Grimbarden Smith combo. So I almost think that I need to go and just double res. If I were to use O'Sure, I could double res the Grimbarden, the Iziar, who would probably die first. But Rage is going to keep himself alive just based on the fact that he's doing Life Leech for 2 every time. You know what? I could just take out Aves, put in Rage, and I've got the same thing going on. Yeah, that's a way better combo. And I could still pop Chaos Dragon in the back. Because these guys all fly. Yeah, that's way better. In fact, put it in like that. Adelaide at the back. No, let's protect it with the Chaos Dragon. All right. Let's give this one a shot. This one looks a lot better. So we knew that he was going to be playing it too, but I've got the Chaos Dragon at least. And... okay. So he's got the Jin Renova in there, and I took out my Jin Renova. So he's going to have double triage on his Izzyar. 2 cures to explore part of the Immortal Gods. So I'm banking on just Mantaroth just being so powerful that he does the work of 1,000 men for me right now. He's going to heal himself. Here we go. So I need my Izzyar to outperform here on doubles. And of course, he's probably going to get his Adelaide to hit me right away. That's my guess here. His Adelaide is going to hit my guy right away. 4, 4, 4 with his Chaos Dragon. Yep. So all of his stuff is targeted by Mantaroth just perfectly. Two. Wow, Mantaroth, you're doing nothing for me, buddy. So Mantaroth is actually going to get poisoned out here. Very disappointing. So obviously the wrong plays again. So it survives the earthquake, but then dies to poison here. But at least his Renova is going to die to poison. 2. Oh, my res worked on the Mantaroth, which could be good. No, he's going to die instantly, right? Because he's not poisoned anymore. But he's going to get hit by 1 magic attack and die. Surprised that that didn't hit my guys. Oh, I got my own hit really good there. His only guy who wasn't poisoned. 2, 0. Hit. 10. So he's going to heal from that. And there goes... oh, Mantaroth survived it. But now... and Mantaroth isn't going to die to poison. That's right. Mantaroth won't die to poison. But this Carnage Titan will die to poison. Alright, I think that this is looking good for a chance at winning. Because he no longer has poison. My Mantaroth has no poison anymore. So I still have a chance here. Unless I get hit by magic. Which now I probably will, because the Adelaide is going to target my Mantaroth now. 2. Oh, wow. All right, that was pretty good. So the redemption, oh, kills my own Adelaide. We're fine. I think I get through this. So that kills Mantaroth. I just don't think he can break Grimbarden. I think Grimbarden's going to just go all the way, and there's no way he can beat Grimbarden now. Yeah, Grimbarden's just too good. We did it, guys. We actually got a win. We're going to see what things look like. My 9-loss streak is broken. Just like my 56 packs is broken. And it's worth 12 SPS. So yes, guys, things are looking good. So things are looking really good right now. 12 SPS for a win. It was just as we believed. It was just as we believed. Like, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. It took me 9 tries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It took me 9 tries to get that win after the reset here. But hey, things are finally going well. Things are finally going well. Let's do a few more games here. Let's see how things play out. See if we can keep that like 12 SPS going. But we can see what's going on here so far. So 29, Magic Reflect, Weak Armor, Knockout. I think I had a strategy with this last time. Magic Reflect, Weak Armor. Alright, I did. So my strategy with this one is actually to use Grandmaster Wraith. And it was just going with the straight up Grimbarden combo. So Grimbarden, like this. And who was the last guy that I was using? Because they had so much armor, so the Magic Reflect didn't matter? Or was it just, can I just use that? Nope. It wasn't you. It was you. And then for 9, I can literally just put you in front, even though you've already got it. Is this good? No. Yeah, I think that this is going to work just based on the fact that I've got armor that's going to Magic Reflect it. So even though I'm going to take magic reflect from these guys, what's going to end up happening is it's going to hit the armor granted to me by Grandmaster Wraith, and that's going to get double repaired. So I think that this is going to work. I think that this is going to work, and they might not expect me to be using so much magic, just based on the fact that it's a magic reflect. So why would they? So why would he use Immortalis, right? Now, the other way I could go about it is, I could also go about it and flip it, and I could do it like that too. All right. It might be stronger if I were to do the same combo, but use blue. I think that might actually be better because then I get the triage in there. I got the triage from the Albuhu Forester. All right, let's do it. Let's see how this works out. I'm not sure if this was the right play or not. Ooh, it's Stever! Because I should have maybe gone blue and used Murdali Guardian and Bakjira in the same kind of thing that's going on here. We'll find out if I messed up or not. So he definitely wasn't expecting me to be using lots of magic, I'll tell you that much. He's like, oh, you're just going to magic reflect yourself. Oh. Uh-oh. So he actually has armor break somewhere out of the Wailing Wraith. So the Wailing Wraith is using the armor break. So, uh-oh. So this guy's going to die. My Aves is going to kill himself, it looks like. But I'm going to take out his Widigu. Ah, yes, because once I take out the Wailing Wraith, at least at that point in time, of course, you got the poison, and you got the nets, and he's dead. All right. So I'm hoping that I'm able to, and I did that on purpose in the back, I'm hoping that my Grimbarden Smith can take him out before Aves kills himself. I guess that wasn't the way it was going to go. But why is it magic? Oh, I forgot that it was weak magic. I'm so stupid. I didn't even need to use Wraith. Oh, man. Horrible misplay on my part. I hope that I can work my way out of it. I don't know if I can. It was magic reflect the whole time. And I totally forgot that that's the way it was. Wow. Gotta get my head in the game, man. I gotta get my head in the game. I totally deserve to lose here. I was even doing magic repair right now. I was even doing magic repair. Who knows? Oh, dude. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Oh, my plan might still work. If this guy attacks first, he doesn't have Pierce. He does have Pierce. He does have Pierce. He does have Pierce. 4, reduce it to 1. And he's got the Pierce, so I lose. What was I thinking? It was a weak magic match. It was my weak magic match. I gotta read the rules, man. Why would you ever use Wraith in an already weak magic match? I should have definitely used blue. I totally messed that up so bad. Oh, buddy. I'll just tell you this. This isn't just Canada Dry that I'm drinking right now. It's not Canada Dry. It's not Canada Dry. Not purely. Woo! All right. So 10-1. 10-1. At least there's one win in it. At least there's one win. Hey, it's that match that you guys were just talking about. It's side tiers. Oh, bro, I'm getting crushed today. Like I said, sometimes you get to see me win 9 and lose 1, and today I get to lose 9 and win 1, right? So it's this cool little matchup. Up to 4 can be used, and all monsters have knockout. All right, let's do it. So I'm going to go for my cool little matchup here and hope that this works. As long as they don't put... Yeah, I think they probably will, though. Why wouldn't they do that? I was going to say, well, as long as they don't put a what's it called? Not a Grimbarden Smith. As long as they don't put the Zenith Monk in front, hey, I could totally just go and take this by cheesing out. But I don't think that's going to work. So 4, Moxian Rebel. I'm going to take away Lily, and instead I'm going to put in Obsidian. Ooh, cancel. Take you out. An Obsidian. And I put you in the back. And that leaves me with 5. Who's good for 5? No good for 5. I've got 3 here that would do good. I got Scavel Hireling. And then I've got 5 over here. I got Satha, who I could put in for the heal. No, I got 6. I got 6 left. Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. All right, let's see if it works. Please don't have put the Moxie in. I really like this team. I really like this team. As long as he doesn't put the Zenith Monk in front, I really like this team. Let's find out what happens. Does he have Zenith Monk in front? All right, so he's obviously also got the Grimbarden Smith in front. We're both playing a Smith on Smith battle. And he went the Satha route, but he's got the Acid Shooter to get around. If I was doing, I think that I've got enough damage that I might be able to get through. Because I'll be doing 2, 4, 6, 8, and he'll be healing not as much. 7, so 10. Yep. All right. So he can't heal as much as I'm looking to do to him. And I've got my own heal. 4, 2, healed to 5. I got him next turn. Good. I got him next turn. And it's all about just clearing out their Grimbarden Smith. That's what it's all about. If you can take their Grimbarden Smith off the table before they take your Grimbarden Smith off the table, then you pretty much win, right? So like he doesn't have a chance at winning right now. Yep. All right, I'm starting to pick it up. Got to figure out which gladiators to keep on your bronze alt. Oh, buddy. All right, so DeFizz says it's Psy tiers, but are they salty? They're the saltiest tiers you can get. So plus 11 SPS. Good. All right, let's go ahead. Let's play two more matches here, and then we're going to talk about my second little thing that I wanted to talk about, which is going to be the 3-format anti-bot solution. So those of you who are just watching just these battles happen, watching me get crushed, then yeah, just tune in for that video as well, because I'll be putting that one on YouTube as well. All right, so Explosive Blast, melee from anywhere, ranged from the front. Blast, melee, range from the front. Great team. Blast, melee, anywhere, range from the front. Let's start with you. We're going to use water. We're going to 8, put you in. And who has Reflection Shield? I think that I've got 2 guys with Reflection Shield. Yep, so I can put, it's melee from, oh, maybe I'll go with Rooney because it's Blast. And then that way I can go with 6. I can go with, 7. All right, so let's go with Darg. And then we'll put Bakjira. And we'll put Murdali. And then who goes in the very front? Mantaroth's already got Blast. I don't like it. I don't know if I want Wave Brood anymore. I've decided against Wave Brood. The Wave Brood is so good when I'm drawing it away. Yeah, Wave Brood. It's this combo I don't like. It's this that I don't like. It's that I don't like. Alright. So it is double on the Blast, so I can still kind of run Mantaroth. And I can put... Tough call. I can still do Tidebiter. Seems really weak. 3, 5. I got this guy instead of Tidebiter. Watercaller. And that leaves me with 2. Leaves me with 2 guys here. It is melee from anywhere, so I could do 35. Oh, yeah, you're a good blaster. 45 out of 55. And for 10... No. How about 9s? Ooh, Endura Brune is so good. But so's Kulu. I need weapons trains, but I've got no one to weapons train. And if I'm going to do that strategy, I think I want Deep Lurker over Kulu because my Kulu is too weak right now. If my Kulu had Enrage, I would do it, but he doesn't. And it's rainy. Darn it. All right, so he's going into the middle. So we'll see how his blast thing ends up working out. I got lots of Reflection Shield. So he blanks my Wave Brood, and he's got his own little guy here. And he's got Reflection Shield on the Phyrexian Hero, which I don't have. I don't have Phyrexian Shield. Or I don't have a Phyrexian Hero that has that, or else I'd be very happy. But I don't. I do have 2 guys here, though. The Deep Lurker and the Rooney that will kind of get into the middle. And I got the poison on it. And I'm guaranteed to hit, and he's poisoned on this guy. So I've actually, because of the True Strike, I'm going to kill this Nimble Duke Scout right now. I said right now. Kill the Nimble Duke Scout. All right, you got a 2-speed. All right, that's fine. He probably thought his Nimble Duke Scout was going to survive because how fast it was. But that is not the case, because now it got poisoned out. All right, good. So we each traded one guy. Arguably, his guy was better. But it is what it is. 6, 10, 8, 3. Oh, I have a chance at it. He gave back 2 armor. He gave back 4 armor. Mantaroth isn't dead yet. 3. No. Reflection shield blasted. Oh, God. All right. So I need to hit with magic or something. All right. Hit. Got him. I don't have trample. But, I mean, I'm still kind of happy with that, I guess. I don't know. This is going to be really bad because his Mantaroth's going to hit for 8 now. And the blast, which is obviously the worst. So I totally lose this one. I don't think I have a chance at winning it now. His Mantaroth's just going to kill everybody. Hit for 2. Yeah. I can't break the Mantaroth now. It's over. 5, 10. And he's got 9, 16. No, so this is a loss to Rainy. Man, I wish that I had some of those guys fully leveled up. I really do, but I know that I don't. All right, skip to results. I lose. Oh, this guy right here, the Phyrexian hero. I need him so bad. I should have probably played that guy. Sometimes it's all just about getting the first attack in. I wonder if that is a leak and not meant to be in the game. Oh, no, hamstring. So, hamstring actually exists. It does reduce the melee by 1. And it is on the new guy, Kai, who I love Kai. I think Kai is going to be awesome. Kai is going to be one of the best guys they've released in a long time. I definitely need to get him 4-star. Because he's got ambush, and on his ambush, he's got armor breaker, or she's got armor breaker, whatever it is, on the first hit. So she'll attack, she'll armor break, and she'll hamstring. And then her speed is so high, she's going to get to attack again right away and hamstring again. So it's basically the Mantaroth killer. Hits Mantaroth, destroys all of its shield, reduces it to 2, then gets to hit again, reduces it to 1 as far as its attacks, right? It's so good. So range in front, 31. All right, I'm not going to fall for it. I know what this... I'm going to go for my regular strat here, which works pretty good. So... range attacks in front. 6. So let's go with this strategy. Doop, doop. And I'll put... who do I got? You behind it. For now. Ah, you're not good enough. Neither are you, really. We'll see who goes behind it. You can get involved. And it's ranged, can attack even from the front. Oh, man, if I could somehow get you in and you in, that would be so good. It would be the ultimate, because range from the front means that Zerial could attack along with Grimbarden. And Zerial could keep gaining it. Oh, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Let's protect you now. Let's protect you with the Blinding Reflectorate. And another 3 that I can pop in there. Oh my gosh, the Scavel Hireling in front too. Now you got the magic damage, and that Grimbarden is going to be insane. I like that a lot. Is there a way that I could switch those guys around? There is not, because I'd love to get Grimbarden healing from the Scavo. I could put Scavo behind. But then I wouldn't have zero. I could put Scavo in the back here like that. Yeah, that's way better. Because now my Scavo is going to get Zerialed as well. Oh, I love it. All right. So I think that I'm actually in love with this team. Because Scavo is going to heal Grimbarden and using Grandmaster Wraith in front, which now I'm looking. And hey, look. Everyone doesn't automatically have it. I think that I finally got a good team. All right, let's battle. Let's do this one. Aves for 0. There's no one I can pop in front of Aves, though. Make Aves even better. 3. Is there a 3-drop that has no attack that I could just do in front? What about 2? All right. Do I put the Pellicor in front or Blinding Reflector? Pellicor or Blinding Reflector? Pellicor. Pellicor, get in there. We're going to do that. We're going to do it at the very last minute. We're going to make the switch. And then I'll go back and I'll see if I should have done the Blinding Reflector instead. But We'll see if I can just overdamage through his armor. If he's got healing on this Grimbarden Smith, then I actually have a chance. If he put healing on Grimbarden, then I've got a chance. He did. All right, good. Because sometimes you can overdamage the Grimbarden, which is what I'm going to hope to do here. Especially with this Grimbarden who's got the double. And I've got armor takeaway. I've got -4 to his armor because of the Aves and Zerial combo. I just ate that Mantaroth. I just ate him right up. And look at Grimmy just going to town. And everyone's missing. All right, I'm happy. We're going to end this one on, I think, a winning streak here from Mr. Rogers. It's not guaranteed. It's obviously not guaranteed. I should maybe not say that yet. Because there are no guarantees until the Grimbarden's dead. If you can't kill a Grimmy, then, I mean, there's no guarantees on anything. Come on. Yes. All right. With Grim gone, I'm feeling good about this. I feel like my Grim is just going to go to town now. Oops. Backfire. Spoke too soon. There we go. Woo! All right. So at least I get to end it on a winning note with you guys here today. But, I mean, you can see how important just, like, weapons training is in the meta right now. Like, all of these guys are being weapons trained. I had 3 guys getting weapons trained. One of them getting double weapons trained there. Like, it was pretty sick. Like, that's hot wins too, guys. I hope you guys are excited as I am about this new system. I mean, 11 SPS a win, 12 SPS a win. At first, if I can get higher, 40 SPS a win I got. I got 42 SPS in a single win. So, I mean, I'm loving these changes, and I like the fact that I don't have to feel like I'm missing out by not advancing. Because there's only one path now, and that path is forward. And I don't have to look back and be like, oh, geez, I wish I was getting the SPS that Gold is getting, because Gold is getting more SPS per win than Diamond is, you know? And Diamond was getting more SPS per win last season than Champion was, because I advanced from Diamond 1, where I was getting like 6 SPS per win, to Champ 3, and I was only getting like 4 SPS per win. I was like, this is all backwards. But now, with the new changes, you can see that there is a streamlined path, and that path is to only move forward. And that's the direction that we're going from a game standpoint and from the leaderboard standpoint. We are moving forward. I am really pumped by this. I feel like this is one of the most beneficial changes that they made in a very long time. Even though I had this huge losing streak for a while, at least when you guys watched me play, it wasn't that bad. And I do have to say, previous to the losing streak, I was doing really good. I had like 8 wins and 3 losses for a while, and then things fell apart. But there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed that little bit of deck tech, even though it was more deck Silence getting destroyed tech. Tune in again next time. I love to stream. I love to show like battles actually occurring and the strategy that goes behind them, and kind of like what the meta's like in the upper leagues, since I guess I'm still top 100 in the game for Modern. I mean, I don't think that's bad. Until next time, it's I the Psy. See you guys around Pretoria. Take care, my friends. All right. So there we go. All right. Is there a way to burn on peak monsters, or do you have to do it under other buttons after you click the shopping cart button? Oh, all right. Thanks for the tip there, DeFizz. You saved me lots of time for when I go to burn my other gold gladiator cards. I think I am going to burn them. I'll take that 28 bucks. I'll take that 28 bucks. But now we've got another little segment here that I want to do with you guys. All right. It's the final segment before we get into like our AI stuff. Maybe play a few games. In fact, let's do a game first. All right. Let's save the games for after. That way I force you to listen to what I have to say before you guys get a chance at winning some prizes. And then we'll go and we'll play 2 rounds of Celebrity Deathmatch. Maybe even 3. I think 2. I think I got 2 good ones here for us. All right. So, I'll start recording. Let me just gain my bearings here quickly. Make sure everything all set up. And I do. I got it all set up properly. All right. Let me just press play on something real quick.
Question.
Okay. So it's working. All right. All right, here we go. All right, let's do it. Hey, you guys, it is I, the Psy, and there's been a lot of talk lately on Discord and around the game about bots once again emerging within Modern, within Wild. When are we going to have a Wild only version for player versus player, human versus human? Is it going to be bots forever? Are the bots just going to extract all the SPS? And I thought of a pretty cool way. It's been discussed before, but I'm going to kind of lay it all out as best that I can in a way that we can at least mitigate bots, and that is with the 3 format solution. And is this an answer to botting? Is this a way that we can go ahead and we can give bots kind of like their own lane and allow there to be some human versus human? Now, I want to preface this with saying that I feel like it's even more important because when we check out Discord here and we go to video streams and content, Splinterlands 101, Inward Dog Deck Tech, rewards. We can see that there is new. No, it's not even. Where is it now? There's new bots that are even being released right now. Splinterlands promotion. All right, let's see if I can remember what it's called. I think it's called Hive-Wizard. 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 Hivewizard.com. No, it's not there. Okay. Well, there's a new one. I think it's called Hive Wizard that exists. It was previously under here in promotions or streams and videos or maybe Splinterland's websites. Here it is. Hive Wizard. Okay, I found it. I don't feel so silly now making this video and not being able to find what I'm looking for. So, I mean, you can even see that there's even more bots that are coming out, more battle helpers that are coming out. So they say that it's a tool and everything like that. It can show you the last 50 of the win probability. But then here's where things get really bad. Battle assistance, team suggestions, and suggestions for missing cards that can improve. But it's got the team suggestions, and these happen in live format. So you can see just by looking at this picture, they're talking about team suggestions live. And this is an all-modern set of battles. I guess not all modern because it's got the failed summoner. But, I mean, from what I've heard so far, it can do modern. And the philosophy that this guy is saying in Discord is that, hey, it might be against the terms of service, but creating the tool isn't against the terms of service. But using the tool is what's against the terms of service. And there are even rumblings about other providers who I will not name that also have like an underground battle helper and stuff that exists, or underground botting and all this other stuff that says, hey, we're not allowed to make it. You're just not allowed to use it. So I know that there's a lot of humans that are worried about this, and there's a lot of humans that want to find a solution to the bots. Maybe a way to get the bots their share, a way to get the humans their share as well. So that's where we kind of come into the 3 format solution, and is it an answer to botting? So I'm going to kind of like read it verbatim, but I'm going to kind of also step in here and talk about it a little as we do so. So there's been a lot of discussion about bots, not just lately, but ongoing. We proposed and passed a no-bot modern because of the player sentiment based on a DAO vote, which helped to create a human versus human league. But can we do better? And should we? One of the proposed solutions that I and others have been advocating for is the formation of a 3rd format. This 3rd format, this league, would get a share of the reward pool and would be a bot-free league that would use all the cards from the wild format. There are a few naming conventions that I've been suggesting for this fabled 3rd league, but for purpose of this discussion, I will refer to it as Legacy, which its definition is something that's part of your history or that remains from an earlier time. So in this case, we're obviously referring to cards that are no longer in modern. They're part of the history. They're from a different time. So we're talking Untamed, Beta, Alpha, Dice, and all of their significant reward cards that came with it. So Wild would then truly be Wild, as its name suggests, a free-for-all battleground where bots, battle helpers, and any other forms of automation are allowed. So since we already have bot League of Wild, why create a 3rd league at all? So what are the benefits of creating this 3rd league? So the obvious answer is to allow for a format that uses older cards that's human versus human. This would allow players who have accumulated older cards to have a place where they could face human competition and still enjoy a piece of the SPS reward pool. Because don't forget, right now what's happening is that there's so many bots that are playing in Wild that the SPS reward pool that's split for half modern, half wild is all being eaten up by bots. There's nowhere where there's human versus human play where you can actually earn significant SPS rewards. Sure, you can beat up the bots and you can go ahead and you can build up your chests rather easily. But if you were a competitive player that thought, hey, you know what? If it was human on human, I could beat other humans. You want a piece of that SPS pie. And this would allow it to do that. In allowing a large share of SPS to be earned by human players, it puts more value on older cards, since right now the SPS rewards are virtually non-existent in Wild because the bots there are numerous and drain it rapidly. Wild is a ratings inflation paradise where accounts with low-level cards can face each other and win trade into higher positions than they should be able to achieve. Accounts that should be in silver at best are able to climb to gold or diamond, since you don't have to own good cards to compete in current Wild, you just need to face other underpowered accounts with artificially high ratings. It would also add more legitimacy to the game as an esport, since there would be another human versus human league where you could actually use the older cards. And you can see in the picture above that Wild has almost 20x the games played in Modern, and obviously most of those are by bots. Like this tiny little blue dot here is Modern, and this big purple line is Wild, and that's 18 to 20x the size of Modern. So you got little Modern and big Wild, so you can see how so many more games are being played in Wild, most of them by bots, and bot farms in particular. Even if those bot farms aren't earning SPS, they're creating ratings inflation, which is allowing their other bots to beat the easy bots to move up to in turn get more SPS, get more chests, and within the chests are where they're earning their SPS. They might not be getting battle SPS, but they're earning SPS through the chests, right? And just extracting it. So this would add value to all of the good older cards by extension. Now that would actually be important in order to win, since competition would be fierce and the win trade bots would no longer exist. And of course, we're talking about Legacy now. Just look at Modern. You can't compete at high levels without having a good deck. You'll either need to own or rent the key meta cards if you want a share of the rewards associated with the Legacy format. We're always looking for ways to add or retain value in older cards so that people are confident that their investment won't automatically drop 50% upon rotation, because that's what happens right now, right? The cards rotate out of Modern, they go into Wild, and then they're pretty much worthless. They've lost half their use cases because no humans want to battle bots in Wild. They're basically gone. They're just like done, never to be seen again. Maybe they'll be sold. Maybe they'll be put on the rental market for the bots to rent at a super cheap price because, I mean, no one else wants them, right? Having a league where those cards can still earn something is a great way to encourage buying and holding cards from the newest sets as well. And the reason why I say that is because people are going to have more confidence in buying Rebellion, for instance, if they knew that when Rebellion rotated, there was still a way to play Rebellion against other humans. Right now, there's not, right? Just like Chaos Legion is going to rotate. And what are you going to do with those cards? I mean, you're just going to let them be played in Wild against other bots, because my organic human brain, as much as I'd like to say it's a good one, not that you know that with that 9-loss streak I went on recently. But I mean, I'm not as good as Xbot. I'm not as good as Archmage, and I'm probably not as good as that weird Hive Wizard that I just kind of showed you, the new competitor on the block, or any of the other bots that exist. Okay, they got a database that they pull from, and I'm just a soft brain human. You know, I can't compete with bots. I don't care if you say you're the best player in the world. Grandmaster chess champions lose to bots. You as a human playing Splinterlands will also lose to bots in their algorithmic ways of determining how to win. All right. So would it be rewarding? I feel that the Legacy would offer even more rewards than Modern, even if it had a slightly smaller SPS pool. Since the cost of entry is higher, I mean, Jotun and Kitty are expensive, less people would play in Legacy, which would mean the reward pool would be split amongst fewer players, making each battle more rewarding. If there's only like 1,000 people playing in Wild, right, then that reward pool is going to get split amongst fewer players than if there's 5,000 people playing in Modern with a similar reward pool, right? Then that's the reward pool in Modern divided by 5,000 instead of like the reward pool in Wild divided by 1,000. So I think that it would actually earn more in Wild, and it might draw people from Modern to play in Wild for those juicy rewards, right? So This would create an equilibrium between Modern and Legacy, where players bounce back and forth between the formats depending on which has higher rewards. If Modern's paying more, players will use more of their energy in Modern. And if Legacy's playing more, people will switch to Legacy. If we really wanted to encourage more cross-format play, we could even reduce energy refill costs, which would allow more people to buy energy and play more games. This in itself would burn more DEC, helping us achieve the SPS flywheel, since the amount of SPS you earn in a match is greater than the cost of the energy. You'd be incentivized to buy more energy, right? I mean, if you're earning $1, I'm just using random numbers. If you're earning $1 a win and energy is 25 cents, and you can win 50% of the time, then you're going to net earn by burning DEC to buy more energy, right? Right now, I don't feel that's the case, since energy cost in higher leagues, at least, is greater than the value of the SPS rewards we receive. This, in conjunction with the removal of SPS from rewards chest, which is upcoming, could definitely change that. Let's see what you guys are saying right now. It can't do auto anymore. Under other buttons after you click. Okay. So Ime says, yeah, I'm in silver going against max decks. I guess they didn't play modern before. Okay. So people are just talking about modern and the new changes that happened in it, which are great in my opinion. Should bots get any of the reward pool? So here's one of the hot topics of discussion. Why reward bots at all? Aren't they just a drain on the ecosystem, an army of extractors who return nothing and take everything? And the answer to me isn't as black and white as it would appear. There are many investors who put a lot of money into the game but don't have time to play. And you may say that's a them problem, but they are still buying cards, packs, other resources, and contributing to the ecosystem. One of those guys is, for instance, Jedi Elf, okay? He buys tons of packs, but he doesn't have time to play, but he actually contributes to the ecosystem. He's got a lot of SPS, and like I said, he'd love to play more. He plays occasionally, but he's got a real job and real responsibilities. He can't spend the time to play, so he bots, right? So not everyone is an extractor. Some people just bought their main account. Not that I think that's necessarily the best thing to do, but I mean, even I bought in Wild with 2 alt accounts to try and earn some extra legendary cards, because my main account shits the bed all day, every day, and never actually pulls me any legendary. So I got to get them somehow. Even I bought. Does that make me an extractor? My bots own every card that I've given them, and I delegate them 30,000 SPS just to be able to play. So there are investor players that could just put all their assets on land, but they may want to accumulate reward cards for the times that they do get to play, or just to have a complete collection. And since you can't buy soulbound cards, at least right now, the only other way the passive investor player would be able to acquire them is through automation. Now, another problem with completely eliminating the reward pool for bots is that it would encourage them to try and bleed back into modern or the newly created legacy. Just like what I was talking about with some of them seeing the rewards are so good in modern, why not create a battle helper that would get rewards in modern, because the rewards are so much higher, or maybe a bot that gets something out of modern, who knows? But I mean, if we take everything from them, they will try and backdoor to extract again. So cutting the reward pool for them already hurts their profits, and I'm sure they may vote against it if it comes to proposal, since it's against their best interests. But if the rewards were literally zero, they would act maliciously, since there's a sunken cost they would try and recuperate, and this isn't a sunken cost fallacy. This is a true loss of investments and earnings on their part. Because right now, this is their business model, right? And if suddenly we were to say, you know what, there are no bots allowed anywhere, then they're going to be like, suddenly our revenue went from X, like whatever it was, straight to zero. We've already got this infrastructure that exists, all these tools that exists. Let's backdoor it. And I mean, we can always say, hey, it doesn't say don't make the tools, it says don't use the tools. So pretty much don't get caught. If you get caught, it's not on us. We're just providing the tools, and that's on you if you do get caught. Enjoy getting your account banned and suspended. So just think about Xbot and Archmage, who run on receiving a portion of the SPS earned in battles. Those are public bots who will already take an earnings hit in the creation of a third format. Imagine the private bots that exist who are presently following the rules, but are largely undetectable. Do you think they would just abide by the rules if it represented a total loss of their revenue? Giving Wildbot League something is a concession to the fact that bots exist and that investor players exist. Eliminating bots completely will also completely crash the rental market and may have other effects like the mass sell-off of assets from the investor players and farms who now have no use for cards. Some may see this as a good thing, but overall the economy would suffer and we'd lose many of the big investors who are busy making money at their actual jobs and have no time to play, but want to interact with the ecosystem on more than a land-only basis. Now, I'm just going to go and I'm going to show you my rental account one more time here, just so you guys can actually see the kind of cards that are renting my cards, the kind of accounts that are renting it. So we got Dadreen 02, Isco 004, Apprentice 7, and Will might be legit. That seems like a real player. But Wace 21, Ricky 15 143, Brennan Vans 5066, Choji 469899756. Like, those are not human accounts, those are bot accounts. Basically, everything that's being rented right now are all being rented by bots like Ding996 and Trump277 and stuff like that, and Benz1206. So by completely eliminating bots, we'll also crash the rental market, which, like I said, some people might not care. But I mean, people like me who have cards to rent are just like, oh man, if no one's renting them, I mean, why do I even have these cards? You know, if I can't bot with them and I can't rent them out, I mean, I may as well just sell them. Like, why am I holding them? You know, why am I holding them? So that could cause some unforeseen market complications as well. Now, what should the reward pool split be? Take it easy, Ime. Thanks for tuning in, my man. I propose that it's a Modern 40, Legacy 30, and Wild 30. But I could also be convinced to go down to like Wild 25 and Legacy 35. But I already kind of got some feedback from iProto, who's kind of like in charge of Archmage, who said, man, if you reduce these costs too low, like the amount too low, then we won't be able to even stay in business. And then we'd end up resulting in kind of like what I talked about up here, which was they'd go underground. I'm not saying that Archmage will go underground. I'm not saying that any other botting services would. I'm just saying that basically in my original kind of idea, I had it at 40, 40, 20. And iProto was basically like, yeah, with only 20%, we wouldn't be able to even maintain server costs, basically. We'd have to shut down. And like I said, they're probably going to go somewhere. I mean, I'm not trash talking Archmage. I think Archmage is one of the most ethical bots that exist. I've loved Archmage since when they first came out. I actually even got to do some Archmage giveaways back on Splinterlands TV. So I got nothing but respect for Archmage. But I mean, if they go under, they put a lot of money into this coding and they might not be happy about it, just like the other bots, and they might do something, you know? So these numbers can be discussed, but I feel like based on there being less players who would opt to play in Legacy over Modern, that the rewards would still end up equal to Modern or more because of the higher cost of entry, like I was saying, kitties and Jodens. We also want to encourage Modern play as much as possible so that the highest rewards still fall into the newest set, which will eventually rotate into Legacy anyway. And while 30% may seem small, we're talking about Legacy, without the bots draining the pool, I feel like the rewards will actually increase exponentially and will be more than enough to raise both the value of the good older cards that will be competitive in the format as well as encourage their rental. Because right now you don't need to rent good cards in Wild. You just need to play a bunch of bad cards because the bots you're facing are also bad. So you don't need good cards. You don't need a Spirit of the Wild to play in Wild because none of them have it. You'll just crush them, right? You don't need to rent those cards. So here's another format suggestion that came out that I feel is not the best way to approach it. I feel like Legacy is superior to this Vintage format. So some people have advocated for a third format called Vintage, a format that is legal for all non-modern cards to be played. So currently that would mean Untamed, Beta, and Alpha in their respective promos and subsets. And I don't feel this format is necessary and prefer Legacy for a few reasons. While Legacy doesn't create a scenario where there's a format for only non-modern cards to increase and stabilize the price of the older cards, I feel it puts value on the cards that are playable in older formats, the cream of the crop. And as you guys know, I've said so many times before, good cards are good and will see play, and bad cards are bad and won't. And there's no need for us to create formats that are designed just to help retain values of older cards. We're fortunate that we have land where bad cards can be retired and turn their swords to plowshares and be laid to rest forevermore. Besides, in time, Chaos Legion will leave Modern and fall into Vintage anyways, and once the Alpha, Beta, and Untamed cards that this format exists to protect will fall to the wayside under the oppressive power of Chaos Legion cards. So basically, once Chaos Legion leaves Modern and goes into this Vintage format that they're suggesting anyway, Vintage is done. It'll just be taken over by Chaos Legion anyway, and we'll end up with exactly the same problem, except now Modern cards still can't be played in it, which is a barrier to wanting to buy more Modern packs, which keeps the company afloat, you know? So Vintage would be a temporary retrieve at best, while Legacy would be a permanent solution. And again, I can't say this enough. Good cards are good, bad cards are bad, and the market will dictate prices without the need of artificial formats created to temporarily preserve the prices of older cards, right? So my conclusion here, I hope that you guys have enjoyed reading the opinions on a third league Legacy and how it would help bring Splinterlands to even greater heights. I feel it's beneficial since it'll create a human versus human league for older cards, add value and desirability to playable rotated cards, and encourage the purchase of the newest set since there would be confidence that they could still earn post-rotation. While it doesn't outright eliminate bots, it offers a concession to player investors and a place where bots can still play without dipping too deeply into human rewards. So thank you for reading. I'd appreciate a comment and feedback. Leave me a comment in the video as well that I'll be dropping. Probably this video, if you're watching it, obviously this is the video. Let me know what you guys think about the 3-format solution. Now, I have some comments on this. So I want to give a shout out to Azarcon, who actually gave me a Hive payout here, and it ended up being something crazy like something like $8 just for upvoting my stream, my post here. So thanks for that, Azarcon. Really appreciate it. And he said there's major occurrences already happening on the 29th. He wants to test it out before anything new. And I agree with that. Let's give it some time. I'm not saying that we should do this right away, but I am saying let's go ahead and let's start working and thinking about this way to combat bots, because we know that in Splinterlands time, 6 months may as well be 6 years. If we don't have the framework in place for when it is to be implemented, if we don't have like the DAO vote already completed about this new split between 3 leagues, and by the time we start thinking about it, it'll be like a year before implementation. So we may as well start thinking about it right now. So SPR Stoner says, I find Wild is the more fun version. I wish bots didn't exist, and I do not have the solution, but this feels like abandoning my favorite version. And I said, I feel like this is revitalizing your favorite version because it'll actually give you a place to play human on human without the bots. Winter Roll says, I believe the reward split should have less split for Wild, given that the new system, the only players left in Wild are bots, and giving them as much percent as Legacy will only encourage bot activity. So he's saying that he thinks bots should have less and Wild should have more. And again, after talking with iProto, we don't want the bots to go underground and basically say, hey, we're just going to circumvent the system now. Now, here's a very interesting one by Ivax Power, all right? I thought about this one for a bit after I read it. I think splits like this should be decided by stake-weighted voting on the distribution. Essentially, the way it works is like this. Whatever pool exists, the DAO votes on the distribution of the funds act dynamically. You'd allocate a portion of your SPS as a percentage towards whatever pools you want funded. If you only support one pool, then 100% of staked SPS goes towards that pool. And if you want to support multiple, then you divvy up your vote as desired. The real amounts allocated to each of the pools is simple math and adding up the staked SPS votes for any pool assigned to that percentage of the pool. So basically he's saying, hey, if you feel like botted Wild should have more, you allocate more of your SPS in a vote towards it. If you think Modern should have most of it because you're going to play Modern, you allocate more of your SPS stake and vote towards Modern. While I really like this idea, I feel like it might put too much emphasis on one pool or another. And if we're trying to encourage as much Modern play as possible, you really want to make sure that you give the most to Modern. And you don't want to risk it being like, hey, you know what? Most whales are botters, and therefore all of the rewards stay in true Wild. And Legacy gets nothing, basically, and Modern might even end up with less than the 40%. I just don't feel it's worth the risk in giving this power to people, because what this is doing, this is trying to drive an action in a certain direction. You're basically saying, no, we want to encourage Modern as the biggest format, and we want to put some emphasis on Wild and some on bots, but we also want there to be rewards some emphasis on legacy and some emphasis on wild. But we want there to be a healthy reward pool for legacy, and we want there to be a share for wild, but we don't want the share of wild to be like 50% and then 30% for modern and 20% for legacy. Like, I feel like the split is designed in this way, or whatever the vote ends up being, however things end up working out, in order to drive action in the direction that we desire, not to potentially have it broken up in a way that's undesirable, which could mean even more for bots if we do this, right? We don't know how the vote would end up. And if the vote ends up, no, actually 80% of staked SPS wants wild to have the most, now modern has like maybe 15% and legacy has 5%, and we've actually just given more to the bots, you know? I just don't feel like giving options like this is the best way to drive the desired result that we're looking for, which is more SPS in the hands of human versus human play instead of botting play and BH play and whatever else may occur. And that was the end of those comments there. So, like I'm saying, I would love to have you guys in your feedback. What do you guys think about this 3-league solution? Is it a good idea, a bad idea? I've got a little clip here from Matt in the town hall today, because I asked Matt what he thought of it. Let's find out what Matt thought about this idea. I'm going to turn up the volume. Hopefully it doesn't end up to be too loud. Let's turn off the music. Let's hear what Matt has to say, and we'll go out on that. Here we go.
About bots. Have you had a chance to think about a 3-format solution to bots? Again, I'm not going to read the whole question, but I guess the idea is having a wild format for non-bots, and then a third format that's bots only. I'm definitely open to it. I've been very hesitant to add more formats because I feel like we're already, you know, struggling to maintain enough battle liquidity in the 2 formats.
Like what Azarcon said.
So, you know, again, if we're successful at having more and more players come in, I would be much more open to having more formats. You know, just because I'm hesitant to do it doesn't mean that we won't do it, or it might not be a good idea. So if that's something like more and more players think is a good idea, you know, we can give it a try. And worst case, if it doesn't work out well, we can always go back, I guess. But that's just the way I'm leaning right now, is like, don't want to add more formats and have more chance of people not being able to find battles.
So there you go. So Matt's not necessarily against it, but he at the same time doesn't want to end up having low match liquidity, which absolutely fair point. Can totally see where he's coming from. And Azarcon said it too. He said, hey, I want to see how things roll out first over the next few months. But like I said, this is just more about getting things prepared, because we move as slow as molasses in January, and at least having talked about and maybe setting up and creating a framework for, if it is going to be implemented, having it ready to go, like at the door, clothing's on, you're getting to the bus stop, kids, and you're not going to miss the bus. I feel like that's valid. So there you go, guys. That was just talking about a 3-league solution to botting. How do you guys feel about that? Leave me a comment. Is that the answer to bots? Does that give bots something? Does it allow automation for player investors? How do you feel? Drop me a like, share, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about the 3-bot solution. This is the Psy signing off. Take care, my friends. Till next time. All right. So there we go. Woo! All right, man. So I've been streaming for like 2.5 hours already. 2.5 hours. I know you guys are starting to tune out. I feel you, man. I feel you. So let's go ahead here. I did want to play like a round with those of you who are left. I did want to play. We'll do 2 rounds. You know what? We'll do 2 rounds of... let's do 2 rounds. Yep. We're going to do 2 rounds of Celebrity Deathmatch. All right. So let's go and let's pull up Duck Race. Duck Race. Because I happen to face Claiborne twice. So you guys know I did a bunch of winning, and you guys know I did a bunch of losing. All right. So I've got 2 matches with Claiborne under the new system. And we're going to go and we're going to play Celebrity Deathmatch with Claiborne. And we're going to do him twice, because I met him twice under the new system. All right. So here's 1, here's 2. Let's do it. All right. So, for those of you who never played Celebrity Deathmatch before, here's how it works, okay? All you have to do is you have to tell me, who do you think won the match? Do you think it was Clay? Or do you think it was Psy? So just type in your answer there. And then we'll go ahead, and those of you who answer correctly, you guys will get entered into the duck race. And we will go ahead and I will give out a prize. So I'm going to look at my items here. Let's see what kind of goodies that we have. I feel like I started off so strong. We had lots of viewers, but we're down to only a couple of viewers. So we're not going to do the Ducky Doubler this time. But we're going to give out some decent cards, I think. All right. Oh, let's give out a Sea Dog of 8. That's a rare, right? Yeah. All right. Let's give out a Sea Dog of 8 as our first prize for those of you who can guess it. Smart detection. Allow. Auto mod. I said allow. Allow. There we go. Okay. So we got Psy, Clay. All right, cool. And it looks like I got 5 viewers, so that's everyone. All right, so let's go and let's do it. Pop it in. And here we go, guys. We're going to run this first round. Come on, get back to where I want to go. We'll do the first round of Celebrity Deathmatch. Here we go. Whoa, that's loud. All right. Wait, let me turn this down. Holy smokes, that's loud. All right. I'm just going to mute it because I don't know what that sounds like on your side, so I'm just going to mute it. But here we go. Let's see how things go out here. Turn up the background music for purposes of this battle. You know, I can do this. That might work if I were to do that. Oh, that's not the right one. Wow, alright, I'm totally messing it up, guys. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am awful today. Alright. So we got music playing at least. That's something. Look, once it goes down, it's all over. So you can see how this one went out. Open your eyes. Done. But once you pretty much lose your Grimbarden, it's GG's. And I've noticed so many times that it all comes down to who keeps their Grimbarden Smith and who loses the Grimbarden Smith. And then that's it. There we go. So that was a win for Psy. For those of you who voted Psy on this one, go into the race. You see how that was worth 32? That was worth 32 SPS that win. 32 SPS. So we got Ang. We got the Fizz. We got the SK. So for once I didn't get destroyed, because you guys might recall last week how I lost in every battle. So let's set it up for 24 secs. Let's get her going. And start. The background music was too high. There, is that better? I'll turn this up a little. Okay. Sorry, guys. There. Like I said, I was trying to experiment. I've got this third bar now that lets me make sure you guys can really hear the quacking real good. And it's taking me some adjusting. Thank you, thank you. All right, glad I got it right. Okay, so Ank, give me your IGN, buddy. Oh, Ank 12, you did. You did. All these newfangled things that I'm trying to work with. All right, there we go. Congrats, Ank. Sea Dog of 8 coming your way. All right. So we're going to do it again. And we'll see if Clay got his revenge or not. And what will I give out here for that one? Let's give out a Blackmore imp, a nymph. Let's give out the Blackmore nymph this time. So it's going to be a good one. So again, this is my replay against Clay. Is it Clay or is it Psy? What do you think, guys? Clay or Psy? Shouldn't be my leveled up. No, let's make sure I didn't give you my leveled up one. Now I'm worried. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Sea Dog of 8. All right, good. I did not give out my leveled up Sea Dog. You're killing me here, buddy. Killing me. All right, Blackmore Nymph. I still got a 1-star Blackmore that we're giving out, though. All right. So we got Clay, Psy, allow. All right. Yeah, and so this is round 2. So we faced them again. We're gonna see how it is. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's all of you guys. All right. Oh, we got another viewer who popped in right at the very end here. I'll give you guys a chance. So here's in the second battle against Clay. HLRV. All right. All right, let's do it. I'm gonna close it up. We'll hit play. And bingo, bango, bongo. Here we go. All right. Wow. All right. I'll just turn that off. Like, man, I got to figure out how to do this properly. But it comes through my mic if I don't do it in one way, and it comes through another way if I don't. So it is what it is. Let's press close. All right. Good luck, everyone. I'll get you one day. I'll figure this out. I mean, I've only been doing this for over 2 years, right? I did it for a little bit before Splinterlands TV. I did it for almost 2 years with Splinterlands TV. And now here we are. Still can't figure out how to make it work properly. Womp, womp, womp. All right. So it's still anyone's game here, I feel. 5, 2. You know what the problem was here? Oh, we got the poison. Ooh, backfire though. All right. I think so. I mean, it's obviously not looking good for Psy here, right? Oh, maybe it is. Maybe it's not the worst. Ooh, that poison really took me out. 3. Oh, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh, we got to attack first before me. That ended it. I think that the problem for me on that one is I shouldn't have used the dog, because the dog was able to go and he was doing scatter shot, so he couldn't focus all his fire on the front guy. His scatter shot guy could at least inflict poison, but my guy was just randomly shooting people with ambush. And look at that, Clay got 22, but was the winner. All right, so let's see who we got here that voted for Clay. Dun, dun, dun. We'll go to Duck Race. Edit list this time. All right, so this time we had Eternal Paw. We had The Fizz and Too Hard. The Fizz, I think it's the first time that you've ever, or Too High. I think this is the first time you ever voted against me. You're like, nah, there's no way he's getting 2 in on Clay at a time, right? There we go. So we got Clay for Eternal Paw. And we got Clay from The Fizz. We got Clay for Too High. All right, we're done. Here we go. Set it up. Good luck, everybody. Here we go. I'll turn on the duck quacks. I feel like that is acceptable as the duck quacks. Oh, is this going to be the same thing that happens again? Is the guy in the back comes fourth in the front and wins it? 2 highs with the sprint. No one's catching Too High. He's too high. Congrats, Too High. You got it, buddy. You got it. Oh yeah, you went turbo time. It's turbo time. You guys know that one? Turbo Time with Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's it called? Jingle All the Way. It's turbo time. Too high. Such a good movie. Such a good movie. All right. So, we're going to end things. Hey, no problem, Too High. Thanks for playing. We're going to end things with our traditional AI battle story. I need 2 card names from you guys. Give me 2 card names. I'm going to pull up ChatGPT. And we will go ahead and we will end the stream on our traditional... what did I do? On our traditional AI Splinterlands battle story. Write me a 3-paragraph battle story featuring characters from the Web3 NFT online game called Splinterlands. Make there a clear winner and loser, and be sure to describe all of the special abilities, weapons, items, and spells that they use in the battle. Have the 2 characters who battle be XXX versus YYY. Have the winner say a funny and witty remark to the loser to rub in the fact that they won. All right. So who do we got here? I need 2 card names, guys. So give me 2 cards. No one chooses, then I'll choose. You know what? Maybe it will be the black. You know what? I'll choose them today since no one is speaking up. It'll be the Blackmoor Nymph versus... What's the name of the other card that I gave out? Chaos Orc. I love it. All right, versus Chaos Orc. All right, I love it. Let me make sure that my spelling is right. Featuring. We'll turn this capitalized in case they care. All right. All right, guys, here we go. Let's end it on a high note. Let's see who wins. Will it be the Blackmoor Nymph or will it be the Chaos Orc? Here we go. In the heart of the digital realm of Splinterlands, the Blackmoor Nymph, with her elegant wings and mystical aura, faced off against the towering Chaos Orc, his brute strength matched only by his ferocity. The Nymph, armed with her enchanted bow and arrow, unleashed a volley of arrows infused with dark magic, each arrow finding its mark with deadly precision. But the Chaos Orc, wielding a massive spiked club and protected by thick armor, charged forward with a primal roar, shrugging off the attacks with sheer resilience. As the battle raged on, the Blackmoor Nymph tapped into her special abilities, summoning ethereal spirits to aid her in combat. These spectral guardians swirled around her, deflecting blows and bolstering her attacks with their otherworldly powers. Meanwhile, the Chaos Orc invoked ancient spells of chaos, sending shockwaves rippling through the digital battlefield and causing havoc amongst the ranks of his opponent. In a climactic moment, the Blackmoor Nymph seized the opportunity to strike, her arrows finding chinks in the Chaos Orc's armor and weakening his defenses. With a final decisive blow, she sent him crashing to the ground, defeated. With a smirk playing on her lips, she turned to the vanquished Chaos Orc and quipped, "Looks like Chaos couldn't handle a touch of elegance, darling. Better luck next time." And with a graceful flick of her wings, she vanished into the depths of the Splinterlands, leaving the Chaos Orc to ponder his defeat. Make the nymph say another funny remark to the orc. Let's do another jab here. As the Chaos Orc lay defeated on the digital battlefield, the Blackmoor Nymph couldn't resist one last jab. With a mischievous glint in her eyes, she leaned in closer to the fallen orc and teased, Guess you'll have to find a different club to swing, big guy. Maybe one with a bit less chaos and a bit more finesse. With a playful giggle, she fluttered away, leaving the defeated orc grumbling amidst the virtual rubble, his pride stung by the nymph's witty banter. Make the nymph say another cruel jab to the orc. Ooh, let's do it this way. The Blackboar nymph relished in her victory, couldn't resist delivering one final cutting remark to the defeated Chaos Orc. With a smirk, she leaned down towards him and taunted, "Well, looks like the chaos has finally settled, right on top of you." She chuckled at her own joke, knowing full well the sting it would leave in the Orc's pride. With a graceful twirl, she disappeared into the digital ether, leaving the Chaos Orc seething with frustration and vowing to one day reclaim his honor on the battlefield of Splinterlands. Love it. I love it. So there you go, guys. That is it for tonight. Geez, we were on for almost 3 hours today. It was a long one. So I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Again, I normally wait until like the day of next stream to post this full stream, so you guys are the ones who got the sneak peek on it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do whatever those things are that you're supposed to do when someone has a Twitch stream that you like to tune into. And yeah, that's it for this week. Again, it's I the Psy. I stream every Thursday between 9 and 11 normally, but geez, it's almost midnight here tonight. I just had so much I wanted to talk about. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys all next week. Thanks for tuning in. And until then, it is I the Psy signing off. See you next week, my friends. Peace. I'm sure I'll meet some of you in Discord again. Take care. Until next week. Later.